who is the scout for the goaltenders for the Rangers in the playoffs right now.
Islanders start Ken Baumgartner on left wing. They go with Sutter, Flatley, Baumgartner, Norton, and Diduck. Rangers sending it down. Rangers open up with Nichols, Millette, Chris Nyland on the right. Hardy and Patrick paired on defense. Terry Gregson is the referee tonight. Mark Hardy looks around, fires up the middle of Bernie Nichols.
So for this shift,
Nichols gets knocked down by Diduck.
Sam, for this shift, there's an offside call, two-line pass. For this shift, with Baumgartner starting on the left side, he fills in for Bullock, who is the normal left winger for Sutter and Flatley. The Rangers make a quick change already. That was an interesting matchup that had Chris Nyland going nose-to-nose with Baumgartner for the first 33 seconds.
Bob Hodges and Gerard Gauthier are the linesmen for Terry Gregson. Gerard Gauthier is the man in the center of your screen right now without the helmet.
It looks like Al Arbor wants his checking line with McDonough, Kerr, and Maloney on it to go opposite the Turcotte line, Sam.
Well, Mike Gartner is on the right side with Turcotte and King. Moeller and Rochefort paired on the fence. Crossman, Nyland, McDonough, Maloney, and Kerr for the Islanders. Gary Nyland stops it at the line, gets knocked down by Gartner. And a penalty called on Gartner.
Gartner slowed down on Nyland and hit him with his body, not with an elbow or the stick, but it hit Nyland face first. Gregson was boarding. He has changed it to interference. And Sam, after the call was made, Gartner went to the penalty box. Gary Nyland skated by and had words with Gartner, so that may heat up yet. The Islanders are 0 for 10 in this series, 0 for 6 in Game 2, had 9 shots in Game 2 on the power play and did not score.
Volek. It's tipped out of the zone. Rangers, the Islanders go with Sutter, Volek, Flatley, Crossman, and Norton for the power play. Eriksson. Good pressure by Jan Eriksson. Eriksson, Janssens, Moeller, and Rochefort for the Rangers. Norton plays it down around the boards. Volek gets to the puck. Islanders are 0 for 10 on the power play thus far in the series. Norton trying to get it to Brent Sutter. He moves it around to Volek. Rochefort goes over to him. Eriksson is there as well. Now it's Brent Sutter. Volek. Sutter. Flatley knocked down by Janssens. Volek. Back to Crossman. Now it's Volek. Across to Norton. Slides it to Sutter, who scores. Oh, brilliant play by the Islanders for a power play goal. And the Islanders lead 1-0.
Perfect pass work by the Islanders. You'll see Volek fired wide. There's Norton, who moved in from the point position, and that set up a 2-on-1 in front. Sutter stayed in good position. Norton hit him with a perfect pass. That pass by Volek ricocheted somewhat, but with that wide pass, it sets up a 2-on-1 in front of Van Beesbrook. And you'll see Norton with a beautiful pass back to Sutter. Look at the 2-on-1 in front of Van Beesbrook. A perfect pass through the legs. Power play goal, the first one for the Islanders on a beautiful play.
And it's the Islanders who make the Rangers pay for the early penalty. Gartner took the penalty at 50 seconds, and Sutter scores at 1:51. Volek and Norton get the assists at 1:51.
Sam Baumgartner now in his second shift. He's back playing defense with Diduck.
Then into the Rangers zone, Trottier goes to the puck. Hardy on him with a hard hit. Hardy goes down. Lauer and Kissio in the corner. Up the boards, stopped by Diduck. Plays it into the corner. Trottier plays it around. Kissio tied up there with Randy Wood. Patrick moves it up the boards for Mullen, but Baumgartner keeps it in. Behind the net, Randy Wood avoids Kissio. Looking to center, he does. Lauer was tied up, shot by Diduck. Save Van Beesbrook. Rebound, Trottier is blocked.
It went into the stands, Sam.
Went up into the crowd. 17:20 remaining in the first period. As a little pushing and shoving ensues, play is stopped. The Islanders are leading. Lauer gets cross-checking. Hardy gets slashing. Following the whistle, 2 minutes each. at 2:40. No loss of manpower on the ice.
The shot board does not register any shots for any team to this point, so it must not be working, Sam, but it has been all Islanders with their forechecking so far.
Here's Gartner moving in. Sharp angle shot saved by Healy. Tries to poke at it. Healy grabs it as Millette trying to get the rebound in, and a whistle stops play. The correction on the penalty to Lauer. It's Lauer for slashing and also Hardy for slashing. 2 minutes each at 2:40. Glenn Healy tested on that sharp shot by Mike Gartner.
Mike Gartner likes to stay wide, and he stayed wide, went down, took the slap shot, and that was the first shot that Healy had to work with in this series. The first time he's ever faced the Rangers in a playoff game. He made the first save and then was able to hang on for the draw in the Islanders zone. Brent Sutter takes the draw. He takes most defensive draws.
No, John, Gartner has not had a point in the series, but I think he's had 2 excellent games for the Rangers.
We'll see if the Islanders, when they kill penalties in this game, if they lay off trying to get tied up with Gartner in front of their own goal. That has hurt them a lot.
Lindy Ruff with a shot that got through. Healy made the stick save. Gartner gets to the puck in the corner. Nichols behind the net against Grandstrand. Nichols stays with it. Millette was taken down in front. Nichols still with it. Centers across. Saved by Healy. Millette for the puck with Norton on him. Good pressure by this line. Gartner has the puck, left it for Nichols, taken away by Flatley. Brent Sutter looks across and finds David Volek. Volek against Greshner. Into the corner they go. Greshner with the hit. Brent Sutter taken out by Lindy Ruff. Stays with the puck. Wrap around, tried, slid off his stick. The net is lifted off the magnets. And play stops with 16:28 to go in the first period. The Islanders leading 1-0. John Van Beesbrook is in goal tonight. Behind him is Mike Richter. The changes on defense. Hardy and Ruff come back into the lineup. Bloomberg and Horzeva sit out. For the Rangers down the middle, Nichols, Kissio, Turcotte, and Janssens. Mileto, Grodnick, King, and Erickson on the left. Gartner, Mullen, Wilson, and Nyland on the right.
Sam, the Rangers with their defensive changes now. Bloomberg is a right-handed defenseman. Horzeva is a left defenseman. The 2 defensemen that move in, Greshner and Ruff, are both left defensemen. So that means they're 1 short on the right side. So what they've done is move Greshner over to play right defense. Greshner may be coming off the best game he's played in a couple of seasons.
Ruff and Hardy.
Ruff and Hardy, I'm sorry, not Rochefort. Ruff and Hardy, correct. A problem here with the ice surface.
And of course it's the linesman who's got to work on it. Here's the Islanders lineup tonight. Healy gets the start. Fitzpatrick the backup. 7 defensemen dressed for the Islanders. Baumgartner did play left wing on the first shift but moved back on defense after that. Up front, the Islanders, Sutter, Trottier, McDonough, and Fitzgerald. One of those forwards have to come out if they dress 7 defensemen.
21 players, wouldn't it? Well, maybe they only have 1 goaltender. That's 1 too many players.
Dahlman late scratch.
Pardon me.
McDonough on with Maloney and Kerr. Diddick and Finley. Maloney is tied up by Rochefort. Maloney keeps it alive. Gets it to Kerr. Mulder picks him up. Maloney has the puck. Rochefort on him. Knocked away by Turcotte. Rochefort's stick got a little carelessly high on Maloney. Actually hit him in the helmet. Accident. But still got to stick up, and Rochefort was out of the last game. King with the hit on Finley. The Islanders control the puck. Kerr almost lost it to Turcotte. Now he gets it out of the zone. And Moeller comes back to play it. Little over 4 minutes gone by in the first period. Rangers trailing the Islanders 1-0.
Islanders using that 1-2-2 forecheck that Michel Bergeron used to use when he coached the Rangers, when the Rangers tried to come out of their own zone here in this game.
Islanders leading for the first time in this series. McDonough with a pass to Kerr. Kerr across with Maloney. And it's broken up by Turcotte. Crossman has the puck across to Baumgartner.
The thing about Baumgartner, when he plays and gets the puck playing defense, he will not skate with it. He will either move it back to his defense partner or gain the zone and dump it in. Very seldom do you see Baumgartner skate with a puck.
Doug Crossman has it. Looks around. Nyland forechecking. Nyland, Erickson, and Janssens on for the Rangers. Derek King slowed down by Erickson. Ruff and Trottier go for the puck. Trottier moves it around to Randy Wood. It's blocked. Trottier and Ruff carried into the corner, and Nyland picks it up. Clears the zone. Yari Grandstrand goes over. Gives it back to the Rangers, Lindy Ruff. Now it's Jan Erickson. Cross with James Patrick. Gets it back and shoots. Saved by Healy. The rebound goes into the corner. Patrick takes it. Patrick, checked by Trottier. Erickson hit by Baumgartner. Nyland is over there. Nyland gets free, then the puck slides away, and Trottier clears the zone.
Checking line for the Rangers with a scoring chance. That was Erickson, who was robbed by Healy. The checking line is a plus in this series for the Rangers, and they start this game strongly.
Moeller for Jansen's off his stick, sent the other way by Jeff Norton. Moeller takes it back. 14-15 to go in the first period. Islanders a 1-0 lead. Ogrodnik moves across the line. Flatley tries to catch up. Feed across is behind Kissio and taken by Brent Sutter. Sutter moving with Volek. Off the corner boards, Rochefort has it. Flatley moves in. Good hit by Patrick Flatley. Volek takes the puck. Behind the net, Sutter rolls away from him. He's hit by Kissio. Didick plays it to the near side. Ogrodnik stopped Norton. Moeller is bumped. Pulled down by Patrick Flatley. Brent Sutter is hit by Ogrodnik. They dig for the puck. Mullen helps out, pushes it out to Kissio. He's joined by Ogrodnik. 2-on-3. Kissio waits for some help, and it's knocked away by Volek. Van Beesbroek didn't get good wood on it, but the Rangers able to clear the zone. Rochefort has it back. 4 shots for the Rangers, 2 shots for the Islanders. Kissio bumped by Didick along the boards. Islanders leading 1-0 on the power play goal by Brent Sutter. Here's Troy Millette with a shot. He scores! A quick wrist shot by Troy Millette coming out of the corner. And the Rangers have tied it 1-1.
Kissio and Mullen stayed on the ice for a long period of time. Ogrodnik went to the bench for the change. When he changed, Millette is the man that came on. He walks out of the corners. The Islanders were slow making the switch between the defensemen. Millette had time to release the shot. You see Finley coming out at him. Didick backed up to take the man in front, and in doing so, it allowed Millette time for the shot. He skated out of the corner, shot, and he scored.
Back to the live action. Healy takes it. Gartner goes into the corner. Troy Millette finished the season with 9 goals in his last 17 games. As he's begun to put the puck in the net. He's played a physical game all season long, and now has added goal scoring to his game. McDonough moves in and shoots off the glove of Van Beesbroek. Plays it off the glass. Good hands by John Van Beesbroek. 12:36 to go in the first. Tied Kissio and Patrick at 6:51. Ken Danico has scored for the Devils. His second goal of the series, and the Devils lead 1-0 that game at the Cap Center with the series tied 1-1. So 5 minutes after the Islanders had taken the lead, Troy Millette with his first playoff goal. Kissio and Patrick getting the assists.
That should make Carmen and Clifford happy up in Levac, Ontario. The parents of Troy Millette. Troy all excited about playing in the playoffs. Last year when he played Junior Sam for Sault Ste. Marie, they finished in last place. They never had a chance to play in the playoffs.
Healy leaves the puck for Ken Baumgartner. Up the boards for Lauer. He's hit there by Kerry Wilson. Puck sent out of the zone, and Rochefort bats it back in. But Crossman to Baumgartner. Tom Fitzgerald. And he's upended by Kerry Wilson's hip check in center ice. Van Beesbroek firing it off the glass. Crossman's got the puck. Moeller sending it the other way. In the Rangers zone. Wilson goes back for it. Wilson, Turcotte and King on for the Rangers. Wilson lifting it out of the zone.
For Van Beesbroek, who handles the puck a lot, likes to fire it off the glass. The glass in this arena is at the same height all the way around the ice. So that's something that Van Beesbroek can feel comfortable with.
Gartner after the giveaway, moving around Baumgartner. Gartner centers. It was blocked. Plays it around to Bernie Nichols. Nichols centers. Knocked away by Healy. Millette almost got a shot off, and the Islanders fire it out of the zone. Greshner takes it, plays it right back in. Healy stops it for Crossman. 11:20 to go in the first period. 1-1 the score. Game 3 with the Rangers leading 2-0. Lindy Ruff moves away from Trottier. Out for Gartner at center. Gave it away to Jari Granstrand. Van Beesbroek stops the puck. Lindy Ruff bumps Van Beesbroek. It's centered, and Lindy Ruff blocked it. Nichols tried to take it away. Granstrand with a shot blocked in front by Greshner and cleared by Bernie Nichols. Back comes Granstrand, and penalties are called in center ice. Looks like Derek King and Bernie Nichols will go off with 10:51 to go in the first period. And Derek King are called for roughing, 2 minutes each at 9:09. No loss of manpower on the ice. Game tied 1-1. Kerr firing. Good. Quick save by Van Beesbroek. Tough shot by Alan Kerr.
A tricky play. He hit the net from a bad angle. I don't think Van Beesbroek was quite expecting it, thinking more of a pass.
Jansen centers. Eriksson had it knocked away by Crossman. Eriksson keeps it alive. Jansen gets to it, but over skates. Nyland takes it. Baumgartner on him. Eriksson moves in to play the puck. Crossman bumps him. Eriksson still has it. Back into the corner. Baumgartner winds it around. The hit on Don Maloney by James Patrick allows Jansen to play the puck, and Maloney clears the zone.
Gary Nyland has gone off the ice. Sammy has a bruised right knee. Is expected back, possibly from that hit by Mike Gartner.
Hardy's pass missed connection goes all the way down, and icing is called on the Rangers. Play stops with exactly 10 minutes to go in the first period. The game is tied 1-1 of this best-of-7 series here at the Nassau Coliseum. Rangers and Islanders tied 1-1. Sutter on the ice, and boy, did he have quite a night Saturday night at Madison Square Garden on faceoffs. He was dominant. Finley playing it ahead, and Moeller grabbed it, dropped it, and moves it to the other side and out of the zone. Flatley back to play it. Right off the corner boards by Moeller. He's hit by Volek. Moeller tries to stay alive with it, knocked away by Brent Sutter. Moeller double teamed, and Volek hits the side of the net, and the whistle stops play, and the faceoff will be out of the zone. The puck on the net. While we have a moment, want to wish our Jewish viewers who are with us tonight a very happy Passover. And you know this is a big game when the head statistician, Arthur Stanley Friedman, is with us in the booth. This is a big one.
Happy Passover, everybody. You take a look at Bullock, young left winger in his sophomore year. Underneath that helmet, he has shaved into the side of his head, NYI, but I think it was upside down. His young one at home, I think, was responsible for it.
Bill Housley has scored for the Sabres, and Buffalo leads Montreal at the Forum 1-0. That's game 3 with the series tied at a game apiece.
Housley now in that series has 1 goal, 1 assist.
Islanders driving in. Loose in the corner, Brent Sutter there. Turcotte trying to pick him up. Sutter gets free momentarily. Flatley against Ruff in the corner. Ruff moves it up the boards. Flatley stays with him. Brent Sutter is there. Turcotte is there. King and Grandstrand. And Gregson stops play.
Whenever the Sutter's line is on the ice, Sam, they really play the board game. You see Sutter, like he and Flatley, like to work the puck deep. They'll do what you call a bicycle or a cycle by going around and around and working the puck along the corner. And you have to battle with them.
Islanders got the quick jump on the power play goal by Brent Sutter, but the Rangers came back and have had the better of the play in this first period, I think, Joe.
Well, Rangers have now outshot the Islanders 5-3. The Islanders had the first couple of shots during the game. It's been kind of defensive. Some hitting. The Islanders have started quickly. You had to expect that.
Lauer gets to the puck but missed it, overskated it. Turcotte brings it out with Wilson right and King left. Turcotte takes it across and shoots wide. King tied up with Wood but got it in front of Wilson, and Trottier was able to clear it out. Greshner is there with Lindy Ruff. King going for the puck against Jari Grandstrand. Tie each other up. Jeff Norton plays it around the boards for Brad Lauer. Now it's Trottier to Lauer. Lauer against Patrick. Islanders are offside. Play stops with 8:41 to go.
Chris King banging already, Sam. He had 7 hits in 7 minutes of play, Chris King did, in the game 2 of the series.
Interesting game in Los Angeles last night. Our good friend Tony Granato with a shorthanded goal in overtime, the first ever shorthanded overtime goal.
Brian Trottier's line in game 2 were -2. Trottier, Kern, King, the only forwards on the Islander team that were -2 in that game. The only minus forwards in that game. And you see the history that Brian Trottier has behind him. He's still playing well, Sam. He played lots of center ice the other night with the injury to LaFontaine.
It's a lot of weight on his shoulders here, John, without LaFontaine in the lineup. And I think the Rangers are trying to take advantage of that and work him as hard as possible.
Absolutely. You have to grind and try and hit.
Patrick. Now it's Gary Nyland and Doug Crossman. McDonough playing it back to Crossman. And here's Hubie McDonough playing it down to Alan Kerr. They head for the net with a shot. Knocked away by Van Beesbrook with a blocker. Maloney and Kerr were both charging the net when McDonough took the shot.
It's been a different start to this game. The Islanders started quickly with lots of skating and quickness, scored early on the power play. The whole building seems to have calmed down now. All the fans, the players on the ice, the Rangers playing a defensive styled game to start this one, Sam. They're staying back, clogging up the neutral zone. The Islanders have not been able to establish anything on the rush just yet. Of course, we're just over the midway point of the first period.
The Boston-Hartford series has moved to the Hartford Civic Center, and Bobby Carpenter has scored in the first period. The Bruins lead the Whalers 1-0 in Game 3. That series is tied a game apiece.
Carpenter's now has 3 goals in that series.
Having a fine series, and with Craig Janney out, how important his contribution is.
He had a strong season.
Van Beesbrook making the save, playing it up off the boards and out of the zone. Play stops with 8:04 to go in this first period, tied 1-1. Series, and Luc Robitaille with 4 goals.
You don't see a Calgary Flame there. You don't see a Calgary Flame there because their power play is 1 for 19 in their series to this point.
Have to correct something. Our stage manager, Dave Katz, alerted us. It was reported a penalty is called here, tripping on the Islanders. There's a correction on that shorthanded goal in overtime stat we'll give you in just a moment. But the Rangers have a power play coming up at 12:13, and the Rangers get their first power play of the game. They scored 3 power play goals in Game 2. They were 3 for 9 in that game. Now, originally it was reported last night that Tony Granato scored the first ever shorthanded goal in overtime in playoff history. We're told now that Brent Sutter had one in 1988, and John Tucker also had one. So Tony Granato goes from the first to the third.
Okay. Don't tell Tony. You might spoil his day.
Good job.
3 for 16, the Rangers on the power play. All 3 power play goals in Game 2. James Patrick was on the ice for all 3. The Nichols line for 2 of the 3 Ranger power play goals in that game.
Nichols, Gartner, Millette, Patrick, and Turcotte for the power play. Islanders with Brent Sutter, Patrick Flatley, Gerald Diddick, and Jeff Norton.
Sutter, Flatley were the 2 forwards on the ice for all 3 power play goals against in Game 2.
Turcotte looking. Patrick back to Turcotte. Try to swing it to Gartner, then stopped. Long shot tipped wide by Millette. Gartner has the puck. Set up by Norton, tries to clear, deflects to Millette, who shoots wide. It was rolling on him. Patrick has the puck with a high shot off the glass. Nichols has it. He shoots, saved by Healy, and he holds it.
In watching the Islanders kill a penalty here, Sam, I think in Game 2 they got caught getting themselves tied up with Mike Gartner standing in front. That was the old way to kill penalties. It doesn't happen very much anymore. For the Islanders, during that kill, their defensemen are moving with the play, but not getting tied up with one particular individual. You have to time it better. A shot from back amongst his heels by Nichols right into Glenn Healy, and Healy held on.
1:34 to go in the Rangers power play.
Glenn Healy, a good team player. Very quiet when Fitzpatrick played down the stretch, and Fitzpatrick started the first 2 games. Healy, a good leader in the locker room, so we're told.
And a very important game for him. Gartner comes out of the corner with the puck. Gives it to James Patrick, who feeds Bernie Nichols. Gary Wilson has come on now for the Rangers. Millette has gone off. Patrick looking. Shooting. Healy the save, and it's cleared to the point, but a penalty called. And it looks like it's on the Islanders.
Mike Gartner was knocked down to the ice surface. Holding is the call. Trotzman, the defenseman, takes the penalty. Healy makes a big save on James Patrick with a slap shot from the slot, and the Rangers will have a 2-man advantage, Sam. Game tied at 1-1.
And there's Gartner again, causing trouble in front for the Islanders.
You'll see Gartner move in front, is trying to establish position. Diddick is with him. He's outside of the goal crease. The shot, the puck is back at the point, and there's Crossman holding him, wrapping his arms around him, and pulling him backwards and down. So the Rangers now have a two-man advantage, a critical time in this game, even though there's 7 minutes remaining in the first period.
1-1 the score. Crossman for holding at 13 minutes. A minute 13 remaining in Maloney's penalty, and the Rangers with a two-man advantage.
Rangers change their forward line, but keep the same two men on the points.
Kissio, Ogrodnik, and Mullen. Patrick and Turcotte. Turcotte has the puck. Down low, Kissio. Across for Mullen, too hard and past him. Comes through to Patrick. Now Turcotte moving in. Down low, Kissio. Feeds Ogrodnik. Save by Healy. A great one.
Great play by the Rangers. Great save by Healy. A two-man advantage. The Rangers working the puck low into the corner to the right side of Healy, and then finding the open man in front. Look up high in the slot. Flatley is on Ogrodnik, but Ogrodnik gets the stick loose and releases the shot quickly on a great pass from Kissio. Glenn Healy with the best save of the game to this point.
57 seconds remaining in the two-man advantage.
Healy now taking his time, slowing things deliberately here to try and buy some rest for his teammates and himself.
Islanders going with two forwards, Sutter and Flatley, and Gerald Diddick, the lone defenseman, on this 5-on-3 Rangers advantage. Kissio wins the faceoff. Ogrodnik has it. Now Kissio tipped by Brent Sutter out of the zone. Patrick. Lead for Ogrodnik. Back for Patrick. He gave it away to Brent Sutter, who clears the zone. Turcotte recovers. 40 seconds to go on the two-man advantage. Lead for Mullen. Moving down. Flatley is there. Mullen back to Turcotte. Gets it back. Beats Turcotte. Long shot. Tip. And into the crowd it goes. And the ruling is off the Rangers. And the face-off says Terry Gregson is outside the zone.
Kissio is saying it went off the goaltender, and if it went off the goaltender, that's a great save. There was a lot of traffic in front. Gregson said no. Face-off comes outside. You know what I'm amazed at here, to tell you the truth? James Patrick has handled the puck a lot. The fans have not gotten on his case. They haven't booed him. It's hard to believe. Here's the shot. The puck ricochets off of somebody in front and into the stands. Gregson said it went off a Ranger, face-off outside. But I think it's a testament to the fans in realizing the hit by Patrick on LaFontaine was a clean hit, and they're not all over his case here every time he touches the puck.
Exactly right, John. Rangers send back Bernie Nichols, Mike Gartner, and Carey Wilson with Patrick and Turcotte. 26 seconds to go on the two-man advantage. That's Maloney's penalty, the first one. 1:13 to go in Crossman's penalty. 6:13 to go in this first period. 1-1 the score.
Millette stays on the bench. Carey Wilson fills in with Gartner and Nichols.
Diddick taking it away. Couldn't clear. Kept in by Turcotte. Turcotte. Long pass for Wilson was deflected by Diddick. Wilson trying to find it. Gets it to Nichols. Big wind-up, and it was blocked by Trottier. Wilson tried to center. Blocked by Diddick. Wilson has it. Maloney set to return. He's back. It's a 5-on-4, and the Islanders clear. Good penalty killing by the Islanders. Excellent goaltending by Glenn Healy. 35 seconds to go on the Rangers power play. Gartner moves it ahead. Moeller picks it up. Into the corner. Healy goes after it. Leaves it in the corner. Gartner goes forward. He's hit by Diddick. Gartner plays it around the boards. Bernie Nichols has it. Sent back to the point. Turcotte fakes. Feeds Nichols. He's in for the shot. Save Healy. Rebound is loose. Gartner shoots. Save Healy. Nichols feeds Gartner. He shoots again wide. Around the boards for Moeller. Moeller gets it to Wilson. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Wilson moves in. He feeds Turcotte. The shot blocked by Trottier. Another shot. Save Healy. He's got the rebound. Fabulous goaltending by Glenn Healy.
Showtime! Showtime for Glenn Healy. The stage was his, and he took advantage of it. A standing O from the Islander fans for the penalty-killing unit led by Glenn Healy. Sam, the Rangers put a multitude of shots at Healy. They tested his feet all the way through this power play, and they couldn't beat him. They may start thinking about trying to go upstairs on him. The puck was kept in. The Rangers did not score, but they had good chances, good low shots. Here's another one with nobody in front, as Sutter does a nice job to keep the men outside. Sutter put in a lot of time killing the penalties and did a great job. Fine display of goaltending by Healy. showing quickness and reading the plays and quick, good feet.
The power play is over. The teams are back at full strength. Ron Francis has now scored for the Hartford Whalers, and that game is tied 1-1. And the series tied 1-1. Power play is over. 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Game tied 1-1. Janssens, Eriksson, Nyland, Rochefort, and Moeller for the Rangers. Islanders have Trottier on with Randy Wood, Derek King, Ken Baumgartner, and Doug Crossman. Out of the zone it goes, and Rochefort has to chase it down. Out for Chris Nyland. Rochefort gets it back. Trottier forechecking. His four wheels away and gets it out of the zone. Janssen picks it up, leaves it for Eriksson. Healy stops it and leaves it for Baumgartner. Nyland quickly on him with a hit. Baumgartner moves it around for Derek King. Baumgartner hit by Nyland. Crossman to Derek King. Moeller is there. Trottier off his stick, gets it in front for Randy Wood, and he's taken to the boards by Eriksson. Pass back to Crossman. He hit the post. Crossman centers all the way through. Good setup for Doug Crossman.
Islanders' two best scoring chances. The first one they scored on when Norton moved in, and then on that chance, Crossman, the defenseman, moved in.
There's Randy Wood coming across with the shot. Save Van Beesbrook. Rochefort tries to clear the rebound. Maloney has it. Back pass to Grandstrand off the bench with the shot blocked in front by Moeller. Norton with a pass in front. The shot blocked. Centered through by McDonough as he tried to set up Randy Wood. Grandstrand with a good hit on Ogrodnik. Maloney gets to the puck. Rochefort wraps him up. Maloney centers, but gave it away to Nyland, who lifts it clear with 3:20 to go in the first period. Norton back for it.
Rangers' couple of players got caught with a real long shift. The Islanders with some sustained forechecking, the defenseman pinching, moving in, joining the play and hitting.
Kerr goes down, fans roar, but Gregson didn't see anything that he felt warranted a penalty. Lindy Ruff looked at him, wondering whether something would be called.
So you're saying it could have been a penalty?
It could have been.
Yes.
Gerald Diddick for Brent Sutter. 2:45 to go in the first as Sutter shoots, and Van Beesbrook stops it with the right hand. The rebound, Sutter. Good quickness by Brent Sutter, but Van Beesbrook stops it and covers up with two.
Has returned from the locker room after leaving because of a bruised knee, so we were told. We've seen some good hitting between Baumgartner and Nyland during the last few shifts. Both players hitting cleanly, not having short fuses.
Gary Nyland with a long shot. Van Beesbrook with a save. Brent Sutter in the corner. Now it's Flatley against Hardy. They both go down. Gary Wilson is hit by Volek. Gary Nyland keeps it in. Long shot save. Van Beesbrook on a deflection by Flatley. Volek shot is stopped by Van Beesbrook. Sutter goes for the puck. Wilson ties him up. Gary Nyland again. Around the boards it goes. Past Flatley.
Does that line work the board, Sam? The Sutter line, unbelievable. Even Volek is throwing his body around.
He has hit 3 players in this first period. He's thrown 3 real good body checks. Turcotte across, and it's knocked away, but the Rangers were offside. 2:03 to go in this first period. Besides that Rangers power play, the Islanders have really come on, and that line worked well in the Rangers zone. Van Beesbrook had to make 2 tough saves. A real winner knows how to party right. Please use good sense when you drink. Know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Anheuser-Busch.
For the Rangers in Game 2, their specialty teams won the game for them. Their penalty killing and power play. Here in the first period, it's been the Islanders penalty killing unit who were just simply terrific in killing off the 2-man disadvantage, and the only goal by the Islanders on the power play.
Shots are even at 10-10.
There's a tricky little deflection that Van Beesbrook kicks out, and then you see the Islanders work the boards here. Sutter will get it, or pardon me, Volek the shot. Sutter in front. Patrick had him tied up nicely, but that's a good example of that line working.
John, there's been good hitting in this game, and it's been clean. Trottier's shot was stopped. Trottier centers through Derek King, taken away by Nichols. Comes out with Gartner. Gartner trying to beat Norton. Norton slows him down. Nichols going for the puck, but Norton able to work it out. 3-on-2. Derek King across the line. King drops it off for Trottier, fanned on it, and Gartner trying to clear. Kept in by Grandstrand. Trottier back to Randy Wood. He shoots, save Van Beesbrook. Nichols looks around, brings the puck out. Nichols by himself. Waits, centers it across for Jan Eriksson. Eriksson against Trottier. Gave it back to Derek King, clears the zone. 1:10 to go in the first period. Following the first period, Brent Sutter will be Bruce Beck's guest in our studio. Nyland dropped to Nichols. Nichols still with it. Slides it across but out of the zone. Here's Alan Kerr. Less than a minute to go in the first. Kerr, long shot deflected by Greshner. Greshner goes back to get it. 50 seconds to go in the first. 1-1 the score. Brent Sutter scoring a power play goal for the Islanders. And the Rangers matching that with a goal by Troy Millette. Janssens sends it in. The Rangers wasting a 5-on-3 power play advantage for 1:13 seconds. Excellent goaltending by Glenn Healy denied them. Maloney set up for McDonough. Wide with a shot. Beautiful setup.
Great pass. Kerr went to the net, Sam, and everybody went after him. McDonough stayed wide, and he was wide open.
Ogrodnik moves in. His shot deflects off the skate wide of the net. Played by McDonough with 8 seconds, which carries MSG 2 Wednesday night at 7:30, Game 4. Janssens, Nyland, Eriksson, Patrick, and Hardy for the Rangers. Trottier, Kerr, Lauer, Baumgartner, and Crossman for the Islanders.
Once the Rangers did not score with that two-man advantage, the Islanders have had 7 straight shots on goal. The Rangers none since they did not score on that power play.
Lead for Trottier. And Miesbrook out to stop the puck. Hardy picks it up. Nice move. Mark Hardy is skating freely. He looks good. Brings it across, offside. Chris Nyland half a stride ahead of the play. And Hardy, surrounded by Islanders, skates back the other way. Mark Hardy felt he could have played Saturday night, but for precautionary reasons, they held him back, and he seems to be skating very well, John.
He skated very well over the last 4 or 5 days when he did practice with the Rangers, taking regular line rushes, etc. Chris Nyland during that shift skated well after catching the puck on what I thought was the left ankle when we showed the replay at the end of the first period. Knowing Chris, he'll probably tell everybody it was the right ankle. He just gave Baumgartner a little bump as they crossed each other's paths.
And a little wave.
They'll bump and grind. They've hit each other a number of times already. Nyland just seems to do something to the Rangers, Sam. When he's in the lineup, they win a lot more than they lose.
McDonough, Wood, and Maloney on for the Islanders with Gary Nyland and Gerald Diddick. Diddick has the puck. Rochefort keeps it in. Kissio wrapped up by McDonough. Now it's Randy Wood. Long drive, high and off the glass, bounces down. Moeller tied up by Maloney. Mullen moves in looking for the puck. Maloney keeps it alive with the skates. Moeller stays with him. McDonough looking for it.
Maloney has great leg strength, and that's why he does so well along the corners working the boards.
Maloney's got the puck and centers for Randy Wood. He was picked up by Brian Mullen. Moeller hits McDonough, allowing the puck to go all the way through. Ogrodnik is there. He was bumped by Maloney. Rangers clear the puck out. This will be an icing. Gary Nyland with a touch. And play stops with 1:26 gone by in the second period. 1-1 the score. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, use good sense and drink responsibly. Please know when to say when. A reminder from Anheuser-Busch. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by your Tri-State Toyota dealers, who invite you to stop by and see their all-new lineup. Mike Gartner. He has not had a point in his last 8 playoff games, but I thought in his first 2 games of this series, John, he played very, very well.
Well, from 84 through 87, that's 4 straight seasons. He led the Caps in playoff scoring. He is getting somewhat sore with all the hitting he has been taking in front of the other team's goal on the power play, but he hangs in there. Sometimes you don't have to score points to play well. The coaching staff for the Rangers certainly recognize that fact.
Gartner getting the pass from Bernie Nichols and lifting it in. Ronstrand goes to play it. Millette was taken down by Brent Sutter. And the puck is frozen along the boards.
So far here in the second period, both teams have played 6 defensemen. The only defenseman not to see the ice is Finley.
Bernie Nichols' parents are watching on the satellite dish. up in Ontario. They missed you the other night, John. They were looking forward to seeing you, and you didn't stop by, but they wish you the best.
Well, thank you very much to
nice
you
people.
and the Nichols family.
They watch us all the time.
That was an 8:30 start. I didn't get home until it was almost 2 in the morning as it was. I'm sorry I missed them.
Now, you're going to get home late tonight and get up and get on TV again tomorrow morning on Good Morning New York?
Good Morning New York at 8 o'clock or something.
You don't mind?
Would you mind?
I'm sleeping in, but I'll record it on the VCR.
I'm going to ask you to come over and perhaps drive me in. Millette having words with Norton. The team's starting to get a little feisty here as the game moves along. Norton and Millette barking at one another.
Well, let's remember the pressure is going to mount on the Islanders. This is a must-win game for them, because if they go down 3-0, it'll be virtually impossible to come back. Though two teams have done it in the past, and a New York Islanders team was one of those teams to do that, but it's virtually impossible.
You mentioned earlier about how well Tony Granato played in that game to win the game for Los Angeles last night. Los Angeles with great penalty killing so far with the Flames. McInnes, by the way, did not practice today for the Flames. They're hoping he'll play tomorrow. He did take a bump to the knee, injured his knee in last night's game, and the Flames need him badly.
Yankees get underway in Cleveland tomorrow night, and we will have them on MSG Network on Wednesday night, beginning with the Yankees scorecard with Al Trotwig, followed by the Yankees and the Cleveland Indians. Dwayne Statz, Tony Kubek, and Al Trotwig in Cleveland to bring you Yankee baseball, 7 o'clock Wednesday night on Madison Square Garden Network. Brent Sutter. Nichols goes over to slow him down, trying to take the puck away. Sutter stays with him. Gartner went down on the play. Here's a shot by Turcotte. Rather, it was Ruff who went down. Did I say Turcotte? Norton took the shot. Excuse me.
8. Number 8.
And Beesbrook stops the puck side of the net.
We're seeing some great hitting here. Well, the first hit was a slash by Ruff on Flatley back at the Islander blue line, and then in the Rangers zone, Flatley leveled Lindy Ruff from in behind with a cross check. Ruff wearing the visor because of the fractured nose he had towards the end of the season. You know what Pat Flatley does in the offseason? He runs a bagel business in Chicago.
Is that right?
Yeah. Does a good job with it from what I understand. Certainly send me some if he wants.
Well,
his brother,
knowing that he brings the recipe from New York, that's good.
He runs the bagel shop with his brother. The best bagel, I understand, is the cinnamon raisin. The reason it's the best because he sells it for 5 cents more to make more profit. I like guys that get into their own business at a young age and do well.
Diddick with a shot, and Van Beesbrook with a good save. Wilson fell down. Finley's shot stopped by Van Beesbrook. Good hit by Patrick Trottier. Randy Wood battling Turcotte along the boards. Derek King is there, comes off the board, has it taken away. Islander fans roar for penalty, nothing called. Rangers across 3-on-2. Wilson toward the net, stick save by Healy. Chris King plays it down in the corner, stopped by Healy behind the net. Now Chris King again, deflected by Diddick, and Diddick picks up the loose puck. Derek King clears the zone. Rochefort is there. 1-1 the score. 3 minutes gone by in the second period. Diddick has the puck. Now Finley. Knocked down by Rochefort. Then it hit Chris King and was touched with a stick above the shoulder. Play stopped. 16:53 to go in the time remaining in the second period. Rangers have had 1 shot here in the second. Islanders have had 3. Tom Fitzgerald comes out. He has not seen much playing time in this game. Fitzgerald, number 7. Islanders first-round pick a couple of years ago, 1986. Van Beesbrook stopping Crossman's shot. Rochefort plays it off the glass. Stopped by Crossman. Jansen's able to clear the zone.
Fitzgerald, the 4th center for the Islanders. Sutter gets a lot of ice time, as does Trottier and McDonough, so Fitzgerald doesn't see all that much.
Fitzgerald tried to get it to Kerr. Erickson stays with Kerr. Fitzgerald goes for the puck. Kerr has it. Erickson with a good check, and Moeller takes it. Crossman tries to keep it in. He's forced out by Jansen. Erickson overskated the puck. Rochefort able to get it out. Jansen bumped by Crossman. Outbound Gartner. Waiting. And that's why he doesn't skate the puck that much, John.
It's not his game, and at least he realizes that. He knows he's not a puck carrier, so he tries to move it.
Over the last 11 minutes, here's Randy Wood moving against Mola. Gets by him. Van Beesbrook to save it. It's cleared out by Rochefort. It bounced over Van Beesbrook, almost went in the net. Jansen's taken down by Baumgartner. Nyland shot deflects wide. Erickson was sent flying, and a penalty call.
Nyland for holding. Nyland was holding, Jansen was holding on to Baumgartner's stick. Jansen takes the holding penalty as the Rangers moved up ice. Gregson was standing right there. Power play Islanders.
15:37 to go in the second period. Jansen argues the call, but he'll go off nevertheless.
You know you love it.
Baumgartner trying to pull his stick away from Mark Jansen's. Jansen's definitely had a hold of it. Gregson standing right there watching. The appeal process not working by Mark Jansen's. Power play for the Islanders. They have a power play goal in this game.
What for, he said. For holding, said Terry Gregson. Second power play for the Islanders. 4:23 the time of the penalty. Rangers have had only one shot on goal in the last 11 minutes and 23 seconds of this game, John.
And that was a harmless long shot that Healy put into the corner, a low shot. Remember, on the power play, the Islanders do one of two things. They'll move Crossman or Norton into the zone, or they try the jam play where Sutter will try and jam it in from behind the goal.
Good job by Kissio and Mullen. Kissio, Mullen, Patrick, and Greshner on for the Rangers. Islanders with Sutter, Flatley, Bullock, Norton, and Crossman. Lead for Sutter. He moves in. Flatley heads in front. Pass for Bullock. Back to Crossman. Picked up by Kissio. Bullock along the boards. Lost it. Greshner clears it. On goal, and it's stopped by Healy. 40 seconds gone in the penalty to Mark Jansen's. A little over 5 minutes gone by in the second period. Lead for Flatley. Going in against Greshner. Can't get a shot off. Sutter's got it. Crossman. Picked up by Turcotte. Now it's Norton against Erickson. Flatley for Crossman. Crossman looking. Is back to Bullock. Bullock with room. Shoots. Save Van Beesbrook. Norton has the puck. Erickson puts pressure on him. Around it goes. Sutter in the corner. Feed to Flatley. Glove save Van Beesbrook, and he holds it.
Van Beesbrook with his best save of this game. Sutter is the safety valve, Sam. When the Islanders have nowhere to pass the puck, they'll put it back in behind the goal line because Sutter's always there. He gets the pass, puts it out to Flatley. The puck is rolling. He's still got good velocity on it. Bullock is waiting for a rebound. Now, before the power play started, we'll watch Randy Wood go wide and beat Moeller. Van Beesbrook charges out here. The key play is Rochefort right here, knocking the puck, but it hit the goalpost. I didn't realize that at first. Randy Wood's speed worked. Randy Wood gets more chances than any Islander to score. Can't score.
Hasn't been able to finish. Islanders have outshot the Rangers 13-1 over the last 12 minutes and 40 seconds of this game.
Since the two-man advantage for the Rangers expired, it gave the Islanders some life. Van Beesbrook getting stronger, it appears, as this game moves along. Lots of stoppages for problems with the ice here. A lot of broken pieces of ice. Here we see Wood going around. Watch Rochefort's stick come in right there. And it's Rochefort's stick that actually popped the puck up over top. Van Beesbrook went right out of Wood. Wood noted as a player who loves to drive to the net.
43 seconds to go in the Islander power play. McDonough won the draw. Norton moving in. Patrick is there. Patrick stays with him. Norton has the puck back to the point. Shot. No, Derek King didn't shoot. Then Norton. Pass blocked by Turcotte. Derek King, long shot, knocked down by James Patrick. Looking for Turcotte on a break, but it was broken up by Derek King. King against Patrick. Rangers almost had a breakaway with Patrick taking the puck. Here's Didick with a shot, wide. Didick again. McDonough. Patrick knocks it away. McDonough runs it down. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Norton across to Didick. Long shot kicked away by Hardy. Hardy bangs it off the glass. Rangers clear the zone. Teams are back at full strength. This will be an icing. Norton with a touch. Play stops with 13:28 to go in the second period. Tied 1-1. Islanders with 2 shots on goal on that power play.
That time the Rangers played it smart in their own zone. The Islanders got the puck back up high a number of times and very close to a breakaway. King took the shot, had it blocked, and then charged the defenseman Patrick, who tried to flip it ahead. King took a gamble and was lucky on the play. Here's the shot from the point that went off the goalpost, Sam. That was from the near side of the ice from the blue line. You see Didick on the shot. It caroms through everyone off the goalpost. 2 goalposts by the Islanders here in the second period.
And the fans
Why are they
going at it?
1940? I just don't understand this.
Bernie Nichols doesn't understand it.
I understand it.
Nichols playing it off the boards. Moeller moves it ahead, stopped by Alan Kerr. He's hit by Millette. Around for Trottier. Just trying to clear the zone. Millette works it free. Comes out with Moeller. Gartner on his right. Gartner moves across with a long shot into the midsection of Glenn Healy, and he covers up. 13:06 to go in the second period. Playoff leaders, goals against average. The Rangers allowing only 3 goals in the first 2 games, and 1 here in the third game. The Sabres and Canadiens going at each other with that series tied. The Blackhawks with a strong game in Minnesota last night to win 2-1. Millen was outstanding.
Yes, it was. The 2 teams in last place, New Jersey and Washington, 476 apiece, the goal average for their teams. Obviously, their series having more scoring than anybody else, mainly because Dino Ciccarelli is playing.
Nichols against Trottier for the faceoff. Nichols wins the draw. Moeller goes for the puck. Gary Nyland moves out. Seems to be skating okay, even with that bruised thigh. Moeller. Trottier bearing down on him. Rochefort picks up the puck. Pass deflected, blocked by Lauer. Kerr moves in, and Lauer lost it to Nichols. 3-on-2 through the neutral zone. Nichols leads Gartner. Gartner against Nyland. Wraps him up, grabs a hold of his jersey. Gronstrand couldn't clear. Rupp with a shot just wide as Gartner just missed getting there in time for a deflection. Kerr with the puck, left it behind him. Gartner takes him to the board. Gronstrand takes down Millette. Gartner had it stopped at the line, and Trottier lost it on a poke check. Gronstrand across to Lauer. Lauer gets by Grester. Lauer shoots, save, fade, and a penalty upcoming on the Rangers.
Yari Gronstrand is starting to drive the Rangers nuts, and somebody skated by. It might have been Bernie Nichols. Gave Gronstrand a shot. Power play once again for the Islanders.
12 minutes. Nichols did take an elbowing penalty, but then Alan Kerr took a penalty.
The Islanders were going to go on the power play as Nichols threw the elbow at Gronstrand right near center ice. And then once the play expired, the whistle sounded. Kerr had bumped into Van Beesbrook to even things out.
Kerr called for roughing, Nichols for elbowing at 8 minutes. So no loss of manpower on the ice. They will continue to skate 5-a-side. The game is tied 1-1. 12 minutes remaining in the second period.
Look at the top of your screen. You'll see Gronstrand, and watch Nichols come by him, and what elbow right up high into the face of Gronstrand. Gronstrand has been hitting everyone, especially Millette, a lot. And Kerr, with his play at the end, ends up evening things out.
Islanders out shooting the Rangers 7-2 here in the second period. But there's been no scoring here in the second. The game is tied 1-1. Kissio getting the pass from Mullen. Flatley has it. Ogrodnik chasing him. Sutter gets help and moves it around quickly. Taken back by Patrick. Has to wait for his teammates to get onside. Brent Sutter almost left the puck behind him. A little too casual on that play. Gerald Didick skates it out. Slowed down by Kissio. Bullock chasing. Van Beesbroek plays it around the glass into the crowd. And it hit the glass. Islanders won a penalty. It went off the glass and into the crowd. And Gregson says, we'll have a face-off here.
Gregson was right there. He immediately pointed to the glass to try and tell everyone in the building that the puck ricocheted off the glass and into the stands.
11:19 to go, second period. Don't forget, Wednesday night at 7:30 is Game 4 on MSG2.
The face-offs in this game, the Rangers, I don't think getting beaten is one-sided. Well, 2 out of 3 almost, huh?
It was close in the first period.
Yeah.
Second period, Islanders are drawing ahead.
Sam Van Beesbroek just put the puck off the glass and into the stands. One thing you watch from with the Ranger goaltenders, they don't put the puck into the stands very often anymore, and they don't bump and push and get involved in extracurricular activity with the opposition. Roger Nielsen will not allow it. He's talked to their goaltenders. He doesn't want it. It's different with Fitzpatrick, the young man with a lot of talent for the Islanders, has got to learn to stay away from a lot of that stuff.
Well, you know who his mentor is.
Well, but Billy did it. Billy did it a lot, but never got caught. He was smarter.
Patrick. McDonough, good pressure, but Patrick able to pick it up, moving around for Ogrodnik. He's checked by Crossman. Kept in. Good job by the Islanders. McDonough moving down. Looking to make a play. Wood is set up in front. Maloney working in the corner against Kissio. Now Wood slides off along the boards, gets the pass and shoots. Deflected wide by McDonough. Boy, what a pest McDonough was on that last shift. Oh, Wood with a hard hit and sent Brian Mullen flying. Rangers across. Save Healy on the shot by Ogrodnik. No whistle, and the play continues. Crossman. 1-1 the score. Coming down toward the midway point of the second period. Rochefort bangs it off the boards. Maloney with a hit on Rochefort. Mullen with a hit on Wood. Wood goes back, penalty call. And then saved by Healy as he stopped Turcotte. Rangers get a power play.
Wood got caught retaliating. The last 2 penalties the Islanders have taken have hurt their
Power play, they're 0 for 2. Wood called for high sticking at 9:44.
So the last penalty by the Islanders, Woods, was a retaliation penalty as the Rangers move up ice. A good shot here by Turcotte through the screen, and a better save by Glenn Healy. The penalty prior to Woods was Kerr's, and that was a penalty that nullified a power play. That was a great hit by Wood there that nailed Mullen. Mullen went back at Wood later, and that's when Wood retaliated. So the Islanders take a penalty here, and earlier killed their own what would have been power play.
The puck was deflected up into the crowd by the Rangers, and the faceoff comes outside the zone. Rangers had a 2-man advantage in the first period, a 5-on-3 for 1:13 seconds. If you look at Randy Wood leading off the shield, and failed on that 5-on-3. Glenn Healy was brilliant.
So this is the 3rd power play for the Rangers in this game. Sam, during the regular season, they averaged 5.5 per game, the Rangers did. In this series, they've averaged 8 over the first 2 games.
Now Bernie Nichols is in the penalty box, serving an elbowing penalty. The Rangers have Wilson, Millette, and Gartner, Patrick, and Turcotte on for the power play.
Wilson moves to center ice.
Norton working against Millette. Wilson tried to get it down low, and Didick with a good intercept and clear. Flatley, Sutter, Norton, and Didick for the Islanders. Now Flatley goes off, as does Brent Sutter, and Maloney and McDonough come on. Gary Wilson. All the way across, intercepted by Norton. Here comes McDonough. Feed to Maloney. Decides to kill time instead of taking a shot. Didick drives it down the ice, and Van Beesbroek with the save. Good accuracy by Gerald Didick. Turcotte moving with the puck. Lead to Gary Wilson. Slowed down by Didick. Taken out by Didick. Gartner gets to the puck. Feed to Wilson along the boards. Looking. Gartner sets up in front. Wilson heels back. Feed to Moeller. Wrist shot. Deflected wide. Wilson's got the puck. Millette was hit by Didick with a stick, and a penalty call.
Islanders are they're going to kill themselves if they keep taking these penalties. It's just not smart. They've taken penalties to already give the Rangers a two-man advantage. They've already killed what would have been a power play. They're retaliating, and here's another one to give the Rangers a two-man advantage. And Nichols now comes out of the penalty box.
But now it's up to the Rangers to make them pay.
You're right, Sam, but you cannot continue to play a playoff series and continue to take such bad penalties. It puts too much pressure on the penalty-killing unit. Watch he did it with a stick. He comes right back across the head of Millette, I believe it was.
Yes. 9 minutes remaining in the second period, tied 1-1, and again, for the fourth time in this series, the Rangers have a two-man advantage.
And they haven't scored with a two-man advantage. And the Rangers, throughout the season, were not good with a two-man advantage.
Why do you think, Joe?
I have no idea. That's why I like it up here. I don't want to be a coach.
They worked on it.
I think they, at times, a power play unit can relax somewhat when you know you have a two-man advantage. The Rangers don't really work with set plays on the power play. The idea is to move the puck as quick as possible, to flood the front of the goal, and try, because you simply have to outnumber the opposition. Here you see the Islanders once again, when they're down two men, they go with one defenseman and two forwards, and it's always Sutter and Flatley. Boy, they do a great job.
Sutter, Flatley, and Crossman. Kissio, Molyneux, Grodnick, Patrick, and Turcotte for the Rangers. Turcotte to Patrick. 44-second 5-on-3. Patrick moves in. Feed to Turcotte. Save Healy. It's up into the crowd.
It may have gone off of Grodnick. I'm not sure. Face off inside. You're right, Sam. The Rangers had an opportunity, I believe it was Turcotte, for the shot inside the top of the circle, straight out in front of Healy. Instead, he went wide.
No, it was Patrick,
and then he moved it to Turcotte. Pardon me. And that's getting too fancy. The Islanders are playing the triangle, but two men up high. One man back in front, which is the defenseman Crossman. So the Rangers are flooding the front of Healy, and so they have to get the puck there because they have more people there.
See the Islanders out shooting the Rangers since the Rangers had a 10-5 lead on shots on goal.
Well, in all seriousness, the Islanders through the series have played very, very well at even strength.
Turcotte. Patrick moves in again. This time he shoots, he scores! James Patrick! It's a power play goal! And the Rangers lead 2-1.
Randy Wood comes out of the penalty box. This time Patrick decided to shoot. The triangle, you'll see it, backed in. The two forwards kept backing up, and Patrick had time to move into the shot, and he just blows it by Healy. It's wide open. Sutter's wide, Flatley's wide, Crossman's in front, and Patrick just let it go. No one in front of Healy. Healy just got beaten by a good shot here. Again, watch the Islanders forwards spread out. In front, Crossman is with Gartner and Mullen, I'm not sure who, and there's the shot. It's Mullen that was in front. That beat Healy. A power play goal for the Rangers.
It's still a power play now to 5-on-4. McDonough moving down against Patrick. Lost it. Kissio's got it back. Rangers with a minute 25 to go on a 5-on-4 advantage, leading 2-1. Their first lead of the game. They're offside across the line. James Patrick with his fourth career playoff goal. His three have come on the power play. His second goal of this series. And the other one was also on the power play in game 2. Turcotte and Kissio get the assist at 11:19. And the Rangers finally do capitalize on a 5-on-3 situation and still remain on the power play, leading 2-1 with 8:21 to go here in the second period.
First time this game, the Rangers have taken the lead. Hey, Al Arbour was very cordial prior to the game.
Yes, he was.
Shaking hands and saying hello to everyone after the aftermath of that game 1.
Kissio, Mullen, Grodnick, Turcotte, and Patrick for the Rangers. Trottier, Wood, Crossman, and Norton for the Islanders. Now it's Norton. Lost it to Mullen. Grodnick's got it. Mullen setting it up on the power play. Randy Wood is there. Down low for Grodnick, and Norton with a good intercept drives it down the ice. Patrick back forward. Just under a minute to go on the power play. Kissio across the line. Back to Turcotte. Takes it off the boards. Kissio. The Alessio directing traffic, sets up Turcotte for the shot, save Healy, and Healy controls the rebound. O'Grodnik poked at it with a backhander, and Healy stopped him.
Yeah, the Rangers power play starting to gain some momentum. They're moving the puck quickly, and they're also moving around the zone quickly. Here's the original shot. O'Grodnik bats at the rebound. It goes through the legs of Glenn Healy, yet he's able to hang on. O'Grodnik during the whole power play, Sam, when he was on and in the Islanders zone, did not stand still so he could be checked. He was moving around and around. Finally, when the shot was taken, that's when O'Grodnik went to the net to establish position. Glenn Healy has played well for his team with his first start in the playoffs. There's O'Grodnik. He's strong, very, very strong. He did get the rebound shot, and Healy the save.
Nichols, Gartner, and Wilson on for the Rangers with Moeller and Hardy. And a lot of Ranger fans here at the Nassau Coliseum. Nichols against Sutter. Gartner has the puck. Good quickness by Mike Gartner. He's double teamed, got it through to Hardy, now across to Moeller for the shot, deflected by a sliding Patrick Flatley. Nichols along the boards. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Nichols still with it. Looking, shooting. Score! Through the legs of Glenn Healy. Bernie Nichols. It's a power play goal. And the Rangers have made the Islanders pay for taking some bad penalties. It's a 3-1 Ranger lead.
The third goal for Nichols is the screen set up, and look at the legs of the goaltender. There's a little hole. There's the shot. It's almost squeezed, but not quite, and through it goes. Crossman was the screen. There was another Ranger that skated in front. You'll see Gartner skate here. There's now two men as a screen. Healy gets a little bit, but not enough, and the Rangers power play making the Islanders pay for some needless penalties once again.
It's unbelievable how a shooter can pick that small of a hole and get it through there. What a remarkable shot. Rangers lead 3-1, 19th career playoff goal for Bernie Nichols. The Rangers have scored 3 straight goals after the Islanders scored the first goal of the game. 7:05 to go here in the second period.
It's 5 power play goals in not 5 periods of play. It's the last game and this game, and the Islanders, it's been the story. It has been the story of the series.
Fitzgerald goes back to Diddick, and now the Islanders have to mount a comeback. Van Beesbrook fires it out of the zone.
Specialty teams play a large part, Sam. You look at Los Angeles, they've been killing the Calgary power play, and Calgary down because of it.
Lauer across the line with a shot, save Van Beesbrook. Lauer again, save Van Beesbrook. Another save by Van Beesbrook as he stops Alan Kerr. And play stops with 6:27 to go. Second period. The Rangers have a 3-1 lead.
Brooks positioning. He knows there's no one to pass to, so he moves out, and he'll make the first save on the long shot here, and he'll continue to make saves. He makes 3 in a row. There's the second one. The puck is coming back in front. A little shot, that time by Kerr, and Van Beesbrook looking sharp, Sam. That was a similar play on how Momesso beat Bester for the overtime goal for St. Louis last night. A long shot like that through a screen, but it went through the legs of Bester. Van Beesbrook did not allow it to happen on that play.
Gary Nyland, good pass to Gronstrand. He shoots wide all the way around. Gartner knocked down hard by Nyland. Long shot off Van Beesbrook's left arm. Patrick trying to move it clear. Gronstrand denies the clearing attempt. Volek has the puck behind the net. Brent Sutter takes it now. Stopped by Bernie Nichols, and Patrick has the puck. Bangs it off the glass and out.
Islander defenseman pinching and doing a good job.
Millette, nice move around Gronstrand. Millette slowed down by Volek. Waiting. Nichols moving in. Millette using his strength to play it behind the net. Nichols hit by Nyland. Nyland gave it away to Gartner. Gartner tied up by Flatley. Nyland tries it around the boards and finds Volek. The goal, the third goal, was Nichols from Moeller and Hardy at 12:40. Volek with a shot, gloved by Van Beesbrook, and he holds it. So Bernie Nichols' third goal of the playoffs. The Rangers Rangers getting 2 goals in 1 minute and 21 seconds. 2 power play goals by Patrick and Nichols to take a 3-1 lead.
When I talk about defensemen pinching, the Islanders are down 3-1 here. When the puck comes around the boards, leaving the Rangers zone, that defenseman on the puck side of the ice is staying in and taking the body. Nyland did a nice job hitting Gartner, keeping the puck in. The puck then went all the way around the boards to the other side. Grunstrand kept it in. The Islanders pinching a lot here because they're trailing.
5:33 remaining in the second period. A strong chant of "Let's go Rangers" comes up from the many Ranger fans here at the Nassau Coliseum. Rangers have had 9 shots on goal here in the second period. Islanders have had 12. Turcotte able to play it across. Carey Wilson clears the zone. Chris King slowed down, and Norton sends it out. Norton was knocked down on the play, and he's hurt.
Trouble, yes, he's dazed. Chris King with a check. King gets a penalty. He went right into Norton after Norton moved the puck, and I wasn't sure if Norton got dazed or not, but he certainly is.
5:20 to go in the second.
King, watch him move right into Norton. Norton put the stick up. King outpowered Norton, pushing him backwards and down. And Norton was dazed on the play. 2 minutes for high sticking to Chris King. Norton made his way back to the Islanders bench under his own steam and appears to be okay.
The call was high sticking. It was more of a shot to the jaw with the way he came up.
Hands coming up, yes.
Stick.
And you can see Norton having problems. He was flexing his jaw. Hopefully he's okay.
The Islanders have a power play. They're third of the game. They're 1 for 2. They scored on the first one. You can see he's having trouble with the trainer.
Right shoulder.
Lift that right arm, yeah.
King, Norton had moved the puck. King finished his check. Finished it way up high. The Rangers enjoying a 3-1 lead. King takes the penalty in the offensive zone.
14:40 the time of the high sticking call. Islanders with Sutter, Flatley, Volek, Nyland. Finley is on with Crossman.
It's maybe Finley's first shift here in the second period, just to play the power play, especially with Norton hurt on the play. If Norton was healthy, he'd be on the power play.
Volek. Finley toward the net. Deflection, save Van Beesbroek. The rebound is loose. Van Beesbroek trying to poke it away. It's still loose, and it's cleared out of the zone. Great save by Van Beesbroek.
Great read by Van Beesbroek to go down and read the deflection. Made the save.
Crossman with the puck. Brent Sutter. Pass deflected by Erickson. Erickson, Jansen, Moeller, and Rochefort for the Rangers, and Moeller fires it down the ice. Crossman back for it. Islanders are 1 for 12 on the power play thus far in the series. Crossman to Volek. Picked up by Hardy. Crossman in deep. Volek. Brent Sutter set up in front. Volek to Didick. Gets it back. Crossman for Volek. Stick save, Van Beesbroek.
See how James Patrick didn't get tied up with Sutter until the puck came to that area. As a defender killing a penalty, don't get tied up with the man. That's what the Islanders' Nyland has been doing with Gartner in previous games. The Rangers let Sutter stand there. Then when the puck came to the area, then Sutter was tied up.
Good work by Kelly Kissio. Now Sutter brings it across, almost gave it away. Volek's got the puck. 22 seconds, 20 seconds to go on the power play. Didick blocked by Mullen. Didick gets to the puck again, and he's bumped by Hardy. Volek along the boards. Looking. Mullen stays with him. Volek intercepted by Patrick. And it's stopped at the line. But Norton is back on the ice. Couldn't keep it in the zone. The teams are back at full strength. Sutter toward the net. Stopped by Van Beesbroek. Cleared aside by Mullen. Shot by Sutter as a save by Van Beesbroek. Moved up the boards. Nyland stops it. Toward the net. Deflected wide. Sutter gets to it. Hardy on him. Pass intended for Wood comes out of the zone.
Islanders had 2 shots during that power play. You'll notice the Islanders taking shots from all different angles. Without LaFontaine, you don't see the finesse-type offensive plays from the Islanders.
Rangers leading 3-1 with 2:45 to go in the second period.
A lot more blue-collar type of offensive plays than the white-collar plays.
Trottier whacked by Millette. Still has the puck. He goes down. Gartner bumped him, and Trottier went down on the play. Rochefort is there as well. 2:32 remaining.
Somebody down. Oh, it's a linesman. Gauthier.
He was trapped when Trottier was bumped by Mike Gartner, and he went into Gerard Gauthier. And Gauthier is checked out by
Mark Aldridge, right?
2:32 remaining in the second period.
Davey Newell was hurt in one of the games, a shoulder problem. I believe it was the first game of the Boston series.
Let's check the rest of the Wales Conference Playoff Series. The Devils have a 2-1 lead on Washington. That's in the second period. Boston and Hartford are tied 2-2 in the second period. And Buffalo on a goal by Phil Housley still leading Montreal 1-0 in the second. That series tied 1-1. Now, if Pupa gets a shutout, will you change your pick back to Pupa?
I'm sticking with Waugh for the best.
Okay.
Those two goaltenders putting on some shows, though.
Boy.
Here we see stick coming up and catching Randy Wood by Brian Mullen. Wood was clipped in the second game of this series by Norman Rochefort. That one was not called.
Following the second period, we'll go back to the studio where Bruce Beck is standing by. Mark Jansen will join him. Lisa Burkhardt standing by at the MSG Sports Desk for an update, and JD and I will have second period highlights. Stay with us between periods. Giveaway in center. Millette sliding it across. Derek King comes back to get it. King sliding it to Trottier. He's slowed down by Gartner. Able to deflect it out. The Islanders are offside as Gary Nyland carried it across the line. A minute 56 to go in the second period.
Mark Jansen has played very well in this series to this point. His first NHL playoff series. Chris Nyland was the right winger for Jansen's early in the season. And then, of course, Nyland missed a lot of time because of the injuries. Coming back to play, Nyland has said that he really noticed the improvement of Mark Jansen's play during the time that Nyland was out. Jansen's played every game this season for the Rangers, plus every exhibition game but one. He's improved a lot.
Shown a lot of maturity for a young player. And again, it's been just the type of season in which the Rangers rookies have shown a lot of maturity as a group. They talk about Turcotte, talk about Mike Richter,
who played 9 in one game.
Troy Millette. And the guys who are not in the lineup tonight, like Paul Broughton and Kevin Miller. Chris King battling Norton. King heading for the net, takes a dive.
Complete dive, but not a good one. Gregson said no.
Turcotte, long shot. Healy the save. Wilson gets to the puck. He's checked by Diddick. Diddick knocks down Wilson, took his helmet off. Kerr moving with the puck. Now it's McDonough. Broken up by James Patrick. Turcotte takes the puck and clears the zone. John, James Patrick is having a fine series. With the exception of the goal that he was on, that Bullock scored on that rebound in Game 2, he has been almost flawless.
Getting a lot more ice time than what he normally got in a game during the regular season, or it seems to me longer offside here against the Islanders, but longer shifts and more and playing against the other team's better players. Good penalty killing.
57 seconds remaining in the second period. Complete sports wrap-up. Opening day in baseball. Lisa Burkhardt at the MSG Sports Desk at 11 o'clock tonight with all the scores, NHL playoffs, NBA, and as I mentioned, opening day of Major League Baseball. The Mets got hammered today.
Hello, Dolly. That was a home run alley there, huh?
Andy Van Slyke hit 2.
Barry Lyons.
Bobby Bonilla hit 1.
Barry Lyons with 1.
And Hocho hit 1.
Yes. In this game, the hitting's been pretty good, too. A lot of body contacts. The Rangers in Game 1 of the series had 86 contacts. There's Mike Richter. What a show he's put on. In Game 2, the Rangers had 65, a drop from the 86. And I think in this game, that number 65, it will move up. There's been a lot of hitting in this game.
We talked about goaltending, the Rangers goaltending from the start of the season. Here it is at its height, and this is what we've been talking about, the perfect example. Richter plays 2 fine games to win games 1 and 2. Here comes Van Beesbrook, and look at the game he's played, stopping 27 of 28 shots.
And the thing that it's been a good team defense here by the Rangers. You give Van Beesbrook shots from the outside, and you give Van Beesbrook regular shots, not 2-on-1s or 3-on-1s, and he'll stop them.
Here comes Bullock trying to get around Moeller. He fanned Brent Sutter went down. Some pushing and shoving. Moeller is there. Nyland is there. Patrick Flatley right in the middle of things for the Islanders. 28 seconds remaining. Good job by Moeller of denying a good shot by Volek on the play. Rangers leading 3-1.
Flatley moving in with a pretty good check on Rochefort. Rochefort was down, moving down. Flatley with a cross check. Here's the play by Moeller holding up Volek, and then Rochefort will take down Sutter as he overpowers Sutter, knocking him down to the ice. Every single play we're seeing body contact, banging, one-on-one play.
Interesting in this series, John, the Islanders have had pretty good performances in the second period and have been denied by the Rangers. Once again, in this period, they have 17 shots on goal.
The shots previous to this game, 28-27 in favor of the Rangers over the first two second periods. The Rangers have only allowed the Islanders 11 shots during the previous two third periods.
In game one, they had a good second period, and the Rangers held them off. In game two, the Rangers felt they were lucky to be tied 2-2 midway through that second period when the Islanders started to take the penalties.
But then, that's right. And then what happened? The Rangers power play went to work, and they outscored the Islanders 4-2 during that second period.
Greshner in front takes the puck, plays it off the boards and out of the zone. 20 seconds to go in the second period. Rangers have scored 2 goals, power play goals by James Patrick on a 5-on-3 at 11:19 and by Bernie Nichols on a 5-on-4 at 12:40.
Rangers had Kissio on the ice with a defensive draw.
Sutter with a takeaway. Nice feed down low. Shot went wide.
Period, obviously.
And Beesbrook leaves it for Hardy. Around for Chris Nyland. Jeff Norton kept it in. Hardy plays it again up the boards for Nyland. And this time Nyland gets it out. Nyland, Janssens, Erickson, Patrick, and Hardy for the Rangers. Fitzgerald on with Lauer. Baumgartner is moved up front. Diddick and Norton. Baumgartner playing left wing. Fitzgerald with a takeaway. Baumgartner bumping with Chris Nyland. Now the Islanders move down. Moeller avoids the hit of Baumgartner. Moeller went down, but it was more from trying to avoid the check than anything else. Flatley moving in against Hardy. Centers, save Van Beesbrook. A beautiful play. Flatley setting up Brent Sutter.
Baumgartner started the period playing up front with a big body check on Moeller, and then watch Flatley go wide, and somehow Sutter gets the shot away, and somehow Van Beesbrook makes the save, trapping it under his left leg. Flatley and Sutter work magic together. They work the puck deep off the boards, and we've mentioned it all throughout the series how well they work the offensive boards. And because of Flatley's work, he set up Sutter for the shot. We talked about special teams. Here's Baumgartner, and Moeller just avoids the elbow. Baumgartner did knock Moeller down. That was at the end of Baumgartner's shift. Sam, we talked about special teams, how the Rangers have dominated. The other area have been wins by the Rangers goaltenders. Here the last 2 playoff wins have been shutouts by Van Beesbrook. He's allowed just 1 here, but the goaltending by the Rangers has been better than what the Islanders have put forth, even though Healy's played well here.
John Van Beesbrook has had some really good games here at the Nassau Coliseum this season. The first game out here, he stopped 25 shots in a 4-1 win. Islanders come across as Flatley with the puck. Blocked by Rochefort. Sutter missed it. Moeller takes it. Millette against Crossman. Shot it wide. On December the 9th, Van Beesbrook had a shutout here. His only shutout of the season, but it was a 0-0 tie as Fitzpatrick shut out the Rangers. Volek against Greshner. The last game here, the Islanders won 6-3. Ronstrand firing, knocked down by Bernie Nichols, brings it across the line, shoots high as he used Ronstrand for a screen. Trache did not gather that pass. Nichols sending it down to the Islanders zone. Norton goes back for it. A little over 2 minutes gone by in the third period. Norton outlets to Brian Trottier, who's on with Wood and King, Ronstrand and Norton. Shot by Norton is high. Reflects around the boards. Trottier, side of the net. Van Beesbroek covers it with Randy Wood right there. We've played a little over 2.5 minutes. 2:31 to be exact in this third period. Rangers leading 3-1.
Even though the Islanders have controlled draws in most of the series, it is a good idea for Van Beesbroek to hang onto the puck and to cause stoppages as much as possible, simply because it breaks up what offensive flow the Islanders are trying to put forth. The Islanders trail by 2. Having them put pressure on the goaltender at times can break up that flow.
Rangers trying to take a commanding stranglehold lead in this series. Don't forget, Game 4 is Wednesday night here at the Nassau Coliseum. O'Grotnik picks up the puck off the faceoff. We'll be on the air at 7:30 on MSG2. Check your local listings, your local cable listings for the channel, which carries MSG2. 7:30, Game 4, Wednesday night. Randy Wood knocked away by Kissio. Rochefort able to clear the zone, and this will be an icing. Finley comes back, touches up, 17:02 to go, third period. Westbury, Long Island. Turcotte and McDonough for the faceoff. Turcotte on with Wilson and King. Rochefort and Moeller. Pat Verbeek has gotten his second goal of the game, and Hartford now leads Boston 4-2 in the third period. That's Game 3 of that series, which was tied 1-1 going into play tonight.
Boston's going to start to feel a little pressure as the Whalers play well. They played Boston tough all season, too.
Now, what does Mike Bilberry do for Game 4? Game 1, Lemelin got shelled. He came back with Moog and won Game 2, but now he's behind 4-2 with Moog. Could be Lemelin, huh?
Boston without Bork, is that what I was told?
I understand that. I don't know what the reason is. A bruised hip.
Game 2. That makes a gigantic difference. Best player in the league this season, or one of the best defenseman by far.
Maloney thought he got back onside, but the ruling is it is an intentional offside, and that's bringing it back into the Islanders zone. Bob Hodges telling Don Maloney.
Rangers taking all the necessary precautions, even brought their own water on the road for this game. Distilled big bottles.
Yeah.
The poor trainers had to cart these things in, but they're covering all bases here.
This isn't Mexico, it's Long Island.
I never said it was, but they just, good point. Yes, you know what the worst is? They're drinking the water out of the distilled, the bottles, the distilled water. The ice they're putting in is from the ice machines here in the Coliseum.
Chris King shot hit the side of the net, prompting the oohs and ahs. Turcotte, King, and Wilson. Rochefort and Moeller for the Rangers. McDonough, Maloney, Kerr for the Islanders with Nyland and Diddick. Rangers leading 3-1. 3.5 minutes gone by third period. McDonough gets it to Maloney. And a penalty on Alan Kerr. Alan Kerr picked Darren Turcotte. And a bad penalty in the offensive zone. It's interference, and the Rangers
trying to buy time for his teammates. He got caught. It was a little too obvious. 10 of the Ranger 20 shots in this game have been on the power play, Sam. 18 of their 33 in Game 2 on the power play. They've had 28 in just over 5 periods of play on their power play.
Kerr called for interference at 3:35. Rangers' 5th power play. They're 2 for 4, and they scored on the last 2. Patrick drives it around the boards. Nichols, Wilson, Gartner, Patrick, and Turcotte for the power play. Islanders with Brent Sutter, Patrick Flatley, Jeff Norton, and Gerald Diddick. Turcotte moving away from Flatley. Patrick, Turcotte. Nichols looks toward the net, plays it across to Wilson. Norton picks him up. Gartner sets up in front of Healy. Turcotte down low. Nichols pulls back. Now Patrick. Turcotte. Nichols with the shot. Saved by Healy. Up in the air and into the crowd. It was blocked by Diddick. Did not get through.
Good play by Diddick. You know what's interesting, and Roger Nielsen has kept going with it.
The Rangers leading here 3-1. When they're on the power play, he still continues to use a forward back on the blue line. He has stayed with that all throughout the season. He's given up a few scoring chances against, but not that many.
Well, you know, he stayed with it. I think he really turned to that when Nichols arrived. It started with Nichols, then he started to use Turcotte.
And a lot of it to do with the injury to Leach.
Yeah.
But some people, including myself, would think a 3-1 lead in the third period, even though it's early, it's a playoff game, perhaps put two defensemen back there. It's a thought, but Roger Nielsen has not been wrong on many of his calculated risks or calls, one putting Van Beesbrook in tonight. It's been a good move. He's been wrong very, very seldom.
Wilson's shot was blocked. Brent Sutter able to clear it down the ice. Patrick takes it. On Maloney forechecking. Now Hubie McDonough. Gartner slides it down for Nichols, leading him into the zone. Crossman is there to move it around the boards. McDonough chops it out. Good play. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Patrick turns around, sees Turcotte open. Turcotte drives it around the boards. Past Healy. Nichols got to it. Nice move. Now it's Wilson. Gartner sets up in front. Wilson around the net. Oh, hit in the back of the legs by Norton. Wilson back to Turcotte. Gartner again working down low. Wilson shoots. It was deflected by Norton. Nichols behind the net. Knocked away by Norton. Taken back by Wilson. Gets it to Turcotte. He shoots wide. Nichols hit by Randy Wood. Has the puck. Final seconds of the power play. Wilson's shot is wide. Nichols goes back for Moeller, but misconnection. It's out of the zone, and the power play is over. One shot on goal during the power play. Rangers are 2 for 5 with a man advantage. Giveaway by Moeller to Alan Kerr. Kerr slides it across. Fitzgerald's backhander blocked by Moeller. Moeller moves it up to Wilson. Kissio comes over to fire it out of the zone. Now it's Gerald Diddick with Brian Mullen on him. Fitzgerald gave it away. Mullen for Kissio went through his skates. Moeller plays it in. 13:55 to go. Third period. Rangers lead 3-1.
Watch the Islander defenseman pinch. You're going to see a lot of board work for the Rangers to move the puck out of their zone.
And the lead is for Brad Lauer. He shoots and it's deflected by Rochefort and it goes way up into the crowd. Play stops with 13:41 to go here in the third period. Rangers with a 3-1 lead, and the Islanders without Pat LaFontaine just don't have that explosiveness on offense. We'll be right back. Rangers on the elbow, on the knee brace. All right. We got a lot of Ranger fans here.
Baumgartner playing up front, Sam. Norton and Gronstrand back. Baumgartner opposite Nyland.
And there
we go.
Out a bit there, yeah. Baumgartner's talking to Nyland, waving the stick a little bit, jabbing him in the ankle. Good play by Erickson to poke it down the ice. Jeff Norton has to go back to get it. 13:30 to go. Third period. Rangers with a 3-1 lead. Greshner. Erickson tied up by Gronstrand. The puck all the way down the ice.
That was an example of the defenseman Gronstrand pinching, but Erickson didn't let him through, and the puck worked its way out of the zone. You'll see a lot of that near the Rangers' blue line as the Rangers try to work the puck out as this game moves along in the third period.
Blocked by Greshner. Offside Islanders. And the fans upset again with a call. Bob Hodges said it came outside the line. Fans thought it went along the line. Quite honestly, I thought it stayed on the line.
The offside was before that, Sam. Trottier moved in before the play. The puck did not go back out over the line. Trottier was the person offside.
Yankee baseball begins its second season on MSG Network Wednesday night from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. The Yankees and the Cleveland Indians. It begins with Yankee Scorecard with Al Trautwig at 7 o'clock, followed by the Yankees and the Indians. Wayne Statz, Tony Kubek, and Al Trautwig bring you all the action of Yankee baseball all season long on MSG Network. Beginning Wednesday night. It's going to be cold. I hope they bring their fur coats.
Where is the warm weather? Bullock double shifted for the Islanders so far here in the third period. Twice now he's been playing with different lines on the left wing.
Pretty good day today. If there was no game, you could have gone golfing. Here's Brent Sutter coming in, deflected by Patrick up into the crowd.
Bullock has 6 shots through 2 periods going into this third. Yeah, but it's still not nice weather.
No?
Negative.
You
Not
need
like
it
should
warmer?
be. Yes. Big bodies have to stay warm.
Brent Sutter, he just can't do it alone, John. I think he's played a strong series. He has killed penalties, played on the power play. I don't know what his playing time is, John, but it's got to be at least 30 minutes.
Oh, it has to be because of his penalty killing time and his power play time. And you know, with Sutter's line being the scoring line, with the Islanders in the penalty box too much, Sutter and Flatley have continually had to work overtime killing penalties, and that's taken away from their offensive zone play.
Fitzgerald on with King and Wood, Crossman and Nyland.
And if you notice, it hasn't been Sutter or Flatley that have been taking the bad penalties. They have played the game smart throughout this whole series. Probably, well, I would think the two best forwards for the Islanders.
Hardy bangs it off the boards. Nyland takes it from Erickson. Erickson, checked by Gary Nyland, who punches him in the back of the head. Janssens looking for the puck, battling Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gets it to Randy Wood. He's got Derek King ahead of him. He was slowed down by Janssens, lost his stick. And there goes the stick flying into the Ranger zone. Randy Wood without the stick goes to the bench for another one. Gary Nyland sends it across to Doug Crossman.
Mark Hardy paired with James Patrick, the old pair back together since Hardy's returned. And as a pair, they played the Sutter line pretty tough in this game.
Just under 12 minutes to go, third period. Fitzgerald fans on the shot, and Turcotte clears it aside. Played a little over 8 minutes. Here's Finley with a shot. Save Van Beesbrook, he covers up. Only the second shot on goal for the Islanders in 8 minutes and 18 seconds.
And the Rangers have only had one themselves, as the Rangers do what they do best, and that play defense. Sam, for the first two third periods in this series, they've given up a total of 11 shots. Now we're nearly 2.5 third periods, and it has only been 2 more. 13 it's sitting at. Here's the shot, and it's a Finley shot, a defenseman moving into the play from a real bad angle. And Van Beesbrook will take those all game long.
At the Hartford Civic Center, Randy Burridge has scored for the Boston Bruins, and they cut the Hartford lead to 4-3 in the third period. We could see the conclusion of our first series tomorrow night as St. Louis goes for the sweep in Toronto. St. Louis playing an outstanding series. Curtis Joseph
played well.
Very strong in goal for St. Louis.
Toronto self-destructing. Toronto not getting leadership out of its leaders that led them all season long. And it's a team that really has to try and straighten out the best players, the leaders on that team. If they don't become leaders as a team, for the team, they won't win, period. Doug Carpenter brought that team a long way, but there's still problems.
Sutter and Turcotte for the face-off. Sutter wins it. Volek to Finley. The shot. Stick save, Van Beesbrook. Wilson works away from Sutter. Tripped him up, but Wilson, good job to clear the zone. Back in it goes, and Van Beesbrook stops it. Moeller forced by Flatley. Finley keeps it in the zone. Wilson takes it out. Off Volek. And Rochefort gets there to clear it. Islanders go back for it. Glenn Healy to Finley. Islanders scored the first goal of the game at 1:51 of the first period. A power play goal by Brent Sutter. Troy Millette tied it at 6:51 of the first, and 2 power play goals in the second period by Patrick and Nichols, giving the Rangers the 3-1 lead. Gartner across the line. Toward the net. Healy stops it, holds it, and finally gets a whistle from Terry Gregson. 3 other games in the playoffs. Devils with 7 minutes to go in the third, still leading Washington 2-1. Hartford leading Boston 4-3, and Montreal has tied Buffalo 1-1 in the third. Tight games.
Typical Adams division. Low scoring, good defense, the way that's been all season long in that division. There was a face-off win by Bernie Nichols in the Islanders zone. Shot on goal as a result. Healy the save.
Shot taken by Ron Greschner. Ron Greschner had a really strong game in Game 2 for the Rangers.
And credit him here playing right defense. He's played left defense throughout the series, and because of the return of 2 left defensemen and Bloomberg out for this game, who's been battered around somewhat, Greshner moves across and has played well.
Greshner plays it down the boards after Nichols won the draw. Healy stopped the carom side of the net. I thought Roger Nielsen's quote was just hilarious. The way the Islanders have been going at Jeff Bloomberg. First Vakota pounded him in that brawl at the end of game 1, and then Norton took the major high sticking penalty when he cross-checked him in the forehead. And Roger Nielsen's quote was, well, I guess if we keep Bloomberg in the lineup, we'll get their whole team suspended.
The writers all love that line. By the way, that cross-check that got Norton thrown out of the game opened a 7-stitch wound to the forehead in behind the helmet of Bloomberg.
Nichols trying to make it 3 straight wins on the faceoffs. 10:41 to go in the third. Nichols is chased, so Gartner will come in to take it. Nichols back to Greshner. Gauthier fell down again, trying to avoid the puck. Gauthier struggling a little bit. Takeaway by Gartner from Gronstrand. Jeff Norton back for it. Ruff got a stick on it. Good job as he pinched in. Supplies the Islanders. Set up for Millette. Saved by Healy. Chased down by Lauer. Millette rams him into the boards. Lauer able to move it up. And Millette knocked the stick out of the hands of Hubie McDonough. Here's Gartner with a shot. Saved by Healy.
Great shift for this line, Sam. Healy with 3 saves at least during this shift. And it was a shift under control in the offensive zone. The Rangers playing well in the third.
Ending in the third period. The Rangers leading 3-1.
When McDonough lost his stick during that last shift, it took him 5 or 6 seconds to get one from the Islander bench. It seemed like no one wanted to give him one.
Patrick shot. It hit Derek King, who went down hard. He gets up limping. Rangers have won several faceoffs in the offensive zone, John.
The building is quietened right down, Sam, and you see the flavor of the Islanders' play. The mental aspect is diminishing here. They're losing draws. They're having some problems in their own zone. You almost sense that they're down 3-1 with 9:49 remaining, that some of the spirit seems to be dropping somewhat. I know it certainly won't with some people like Sutter or Flatley, but the Rangers starting to carry it here.
And the Islanders able to clear the zone. Icing called. 9:37 remaining in the third period. Rangers leading 3-1.
Very, very, very quiet Nassau Coliseum as Al Arbor battles to get his team up.
Pat LaFontaine skated today for the Islanders. Still had some headaches. The aftermath of the mild concussion. They hope that he will be able to play on Wednesday night.
Well, he was on nearly 63% of the team's goals during the regular season. And without him, the Islanders have not been able to score very much at all. Their power play hasn't worked because of the absence of LaFontaine. And when they've had scoring chances, it hasn't been by the finishers. People like LaFontaine who have great finish.
Gary Nyland. Hardy going back for it against Trottier. Almost gave it away to Derek King. Now Trottier Wood gets it. Back to Gary Nyland for the shot. Deflected in front off Hardy. Hardy whacked Derek King. Rangers looking for a breakaway. Just missed. Mullen gets to it. Healy retreats into the crease. Set up for Kissio. And Healy stopped it.
Now the Islanders had to pinch again, Sam. Crossman stayed in, and the Rangers had a 2-on-1 because of it.
Derek King and Kelly Kissio banging each other with the sticks, and we may have penalties called here. 8:50 to go in the third period. Rangers leading.
The puck back to Kissio, but Kissio has to take the pass off the skate. If this puck goes in, it should not have counted because it went off the skate. Now King will move into Kissio. Kissio will retaliate, and Kissio takes the penalty, a bad penalty in the offensive zone here with his team leading 3-1. Kissio in the penalty box. A retaliation play on Kelly Kissio, a bad one.
Kissio for slashing at 11:10 gives the Islanders their 4th power play of the game. They're 1 for 3. They scored on the first one. And this is a critical situation for the Islanders. If they are to get back in the game, they need one here.
First time the crowd has been pumped up in over 10 minutes of play. The crowd realizes, as do the players, that this is where the Islanders have an opportunity to get back into this thing. Flatley and Volek switch wings. for the power play.
Jansen's won the faceoff. I think that's 6 straight faceoff the Rangers have won. Jansen's, Erickson, Moeller, and Rochefort on the ice. Rochefort with a steal and the clear. Crossman and Norton playing the points. Flatley, Volek, and Sutter up front. Volek gets the pass. All the way across for Sutter. Moving in against Moeller. Sets it up. Flatley sliding side of the net. Crossman cutting in from the right point. Sutter's got the puck. Deflection by Flatley. Score! What a deflection by Patrick Flatley from a sharp angle. And the Islanders are back within 1 with 8:13 to go. Second power play goal for the Islanders. The first goal they scored in the 3rd period of the series.
This is a simple play. Just watch the deflection. It went off of Flatley's stick and then the foot and then in the goal. And it was not directed into the net on purpose with his right foot, so the goal stands. Still, what a play. It appears to be going wide. Flatley tries to jump out of the way after he deflected it. It went off his right foot and past Van Beesbroek, who had no chance on the play. A great deflection, a break. The Rangers took a bad penalty in the offensive zone, and the Islanders have life.
They are still breathing. And the Nassau Coliseum going wild. The Islander fans trying to get their team back into it. Turcotte with a takeaway. His shot blocked by Norton. In front, Norton. 8 minutes remaining, 3rd period. Rangers leading 3-2. Turcotte knocked down by Diddikin center. He sends it in. Stopped by Van Beesbroek. Flipped it up. And down the ice it goes. Backboard is Norton. Icing is called. 7:45 remaining. The faceoff comes back deep in the Ranger zone.
Sam, if the icing happened, King tried to bait Flatley into taking a penalty as they went to their respective benches for a change. Al Arbour grabbed control of his team and tried to get everybody back to the bench, to get everybody to remain calm. If Flatley goes off with King, as far as scoring goes, it hurts the Islanders.
Flatley getting the goal from Sutter and Norton at 11:47, 37 seconds after Kissio took the slashing penalty. Norton has 2 assists in the game. Sutter with a goal and an assist. Well, let's go Islanders chant alive here at the Nassau Coliseum. Nichols against McDonough for the faceoff. Rangers leading 3-2. Crossman. Wrist shot by Lauer, blocked by Millette. Gary Nyland back for it. Millette on him. Blocked by Gartner and played by Lauer. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Patrick goes back for it. Maloney forechecking. Patrick moves it up the boards and out of the zone. And Nyland has to go and chase it. Doug Crossman. Lead for Lauer. He's slowed down by Greshner, allowing Ruff to play the puck. Up for Gartner, trying to chip it out. Gary Nyland blocked it. Nyland toward the net. Save Van Beesbroek. Hooks it into the circle. Shot by McDonough, blocked by Greshner. McDonough has it knocked away by Nichols. Shot by Nyland. Save Van Beesbroek. He makes another one. And they score! Doobie McDonough.
Did not get it clean. The puck did not go out of the zone. It was kept in on the near side. And the Islanders have tied this thing up. And the Rangers have called timeout. Brian
things down here. The Islanders with 2 goals in 1 minute and 22 seconds. The power play goal after Kissio took the penalty in the offensive zone, and then Hubie McDonough. And Van Beesbrook was at McDonough's mercy. He made 2 great saves, and then finally McDonough was able to lift it over him.
McDonough's a kid that plays big. He's only 5'9", 180 pounds, and that might be with his equipment on, but he plays big, and he stayed in there, finally got the goal. The Rangers had a chance to get the puck out of their zone. They didn't get it done along the boards, and we talked earlier how a lot of the play would be with the Islander defenseman pitching, the Rangers trying to get the puck out along the boards towards the blue line. They didn't get the job done. The Islanders kept it in. And that power play goal and this play has given the Islanders a lot of life.
Big comeback for the Islanders with 2 goals to tie it 3-3. After the Rangers seem to have total control, the Islanders have come back. 6:50 to go, 3rd period. Eriksson looking for it. Lauer brings it across. Trying to get into shooting position. Drops it back for Norton. Toward the net, deflected wide. Eriksson goes for it. He's out with Chris Nyland. Norton is back. Nyland drops it into the corner. Eriksson goes for it. Healy moves it around for Lauer. Janssens is there. It's cleared out of the zone. This will be an icing on the Islanders. Hardy back. Play stopped with 6:19 to go. 3rd period. The Islanders have rallied from 2 goals behind to tie it. Here at the Nassau Coliseum as the Islanders have breathed new life.
They should go nuts. Their team has fought back here. The power play and then another goal.
Over with a shot that's stopped by Healy. After Kissio won the faceoff.
From Brian Trottier.
Here's O'Grodnik getting into the zone. Offside as he was slowed down by Trottier. Mullen went in ahead of the play. 6:05 remaining in the 3rd period. The game is tied 3-3. John O'Grodnik, who had 2 goals in game number 2.
The season that he scored 9 playoff games for Quebec. His line mates were Jason Lafreniere and Lane Lambert. And one of the guys checking Johnny O'Grodnik was Chris Nyland from Montreal at the time. The small world goes around and around, isn't it?
Nyland playing it for Trottier. Mullen sends it back, blocked by Crossman. Rochefort with a hit on Randy Wood. And Trottier deflected the puck up into the Rangers bench. 5:49 to go in the 3rd period. 3-3 the score. Funny how one little play can turn things around. Kissio taking a slashing penalty on Derek King in the offensive zone after Healy had made a big save on him.
Kissio now going to the Rangers locker room with trainer Tim Paris. So you know it's an equipment problem, not a health problem. And you're right, the Rangers had the game in hand. That has been the deciding factor as to why the Islanders have come back here. The Rangers have made a living in this series on the power play. The Islanders themselves in this game have scored 2.
There's Grodstrand. Pass for Brent Sutter, taken away by Carey Wilson. Wilson was hit with a stick from Brent Sutter and complained to the referee, Terry Gregson, about it. Bowler to Rochefort. Turcotte, Wilson, and King on the ice for the Rangers. Islanders have done a good job of keeping Darren Turcotte quiet in this series. He was very, very good against them in the regular season. Bowler moving, lost it. Flatley couldn't control. Flatley back to the point. Norton fakes, lost control. Wilson is tied up. Turcotte trying to clear, couldn't do it. He was pulled down. Here's Ditter with a shot. Hit both posts. Hit both posts. And out. Unbelievable how that puck did not go in.
Islanders kept the puck in once again at the blue line. The Rangers had a couple of opportunities to get the puck out, did not, and did it with a rocket. And I mean a rocket from the point. It will ricochet off of 2 posts. There's one, and it goes right across and hits the other one very, very quickly. It did not go in. Gregson was right there. The Rangers could be trailing. The Rangers having trouble, and I mean trouble, getting the puck out of their own zone here. Here's the shot. There's one post and right across on the other one. About a foot and a half, 2 feet up off the ice. A racket from Didick, and the game was nearly an Islander lead.
Man. And Didick hit the post in the second period. With another long shot. Here's James Patrick on the rush. Driving it into the Islanders zone with 4:40 to go in the third period. Tied 3-3. McDonough putting it in the corner. Millette is there. He's hit by Crossman. McDonough gets it ahead for Lauer. Now Don Maloney, joined by McDonough at center. Into the corner it goes, and there goes McDonough. And his shot is wide. Around the boards, here come the Rangers out. Patrick carrying. Nichols wide left. Gartner across the line with a shot. Glove wide of the net by Healy. Looks to drop it, then holds it and gets a whistle. 4:15 to go in the third period. And the game tied 3-3.
The Islanders have made the Rangers pay for some offensive bad penalties in this game. And it gets very intense out there now, Sam. McDonough playing well here in the third period. McDonough, who played for Rick Dudley in the minor leagues, learned a lot from him. And you can see he's a bright player. Rick Dudley, now coaching the Sabres. Here's Nichols staying wide with a shot that was going wide. But Healy made sure and held on. Trottier now going for the face-off. He was beaten by the Rangers the last time he took the draw to the near side of Healy.
Janssens, Eriksson, and Nyland. Moeller and Rochefort. This time Trottier won the face-off.
Well, that Sutter would take more defensive draws than what he has here.
Well, you can't play him every minute. He's been unbelievable. Offside Islanders. 4:05 to go in the third period. Islanders are out shooting the Rangers 37-26 for the game. 8-6 here in the third period.
What we're seeing, Sam, is that Trottier, a left-handed center, takes the draw to the left side of the goaltender, and Sutter will take the draws to the right side of the goaltender. He's a right-handed draw.
.405 to go in the third.
Kissio now returning.
At the Cap Center, the Devils defeat the Washington Capitals 2-1 with Chris Terreri in goal, and the Devils lead the series 2-1. Devils got only 10 shots on goal in the game and won it 2-1. Big win for the New Jersey Devils, who won 2 straight after losing the opening game of that series.
10 shots. Terreri must have been something.
Tom Fitzgerald on the rush. Across the line, Kerr with a shot, gloved by Van Beesbrook. Keeps it alive, plays it around the glass, knocked down by Didick. In front, Eriksson is there to take it. Looks for an opening. Finds Moeller. Given back to Fitzgerald. Stopped by Rochefort.
Another area the Islanders getting strong, the neutral zone right now. Turning aside the Rangers breakouts and countering.
Moeller almost gave it away to Kerr. Moeller tries the other side. Kerr hounds him. Moeller fires it out of the zone. 3:15 to go in the third period. 3-3 the score. Jeff Norton. Pass intercepted by Kissio. Lead to Mullen. Mullen winds up. Big shot. Healy the save. Cleared out by Derek King. Norton is hit by Kissio. Crossman moves it up the board. Randy Wood moves down against Patrick. Patrick takes him out with a good check. Patrick is hit by Trottier. Trottier's got the puck behind the net. Slides into the corner. Ogrodnik takes it with 2:45 to go in the third. 3-on-2 through the neutral zone. Ogrodnik moves in. He shoots wide. Around the boards. Kissio is there. To Ogrodnik in the corner. Can't find the puck as he's taken out by Crossman. Gary Nyland plays it around to Derek King. 2:30 to go in the third. 3-3 to score. King hit by Kissio, who takes the puck away. Gary Nyland sends it the other way and hit Kissio on the back. Ogrodnik across the line. Now it's Mullen moving in. Plays it down the boards. Didick takes it. 2:15 to go in the third. Now Gary Nyland. Out for Randy Wood, and into the Rangers zone it goes. Van Beesbrook plays it up the boards and out. Jeff Norton is there with 2 minutes left. Third period. 3-3 the score. Norton. Didick leads for Brent Sutter. Onside. Bollock shoots and it's blocked by Hardy. Bollock centers for Flatley. Glove save Van Beesbrook.
Oh, what a shot that was. Flatley was almost horizontal to the ice surface. Still released the shot, and a good one. And Van Beesbrook was there, the Sutter line flying.
How about more of this? Wednesday night, Game 4, Rangers and Islanders on MSG2. We'll be here with it for you at the Nassau Coliseum beginning at 7:30.
Great breakouts by the Islanders here. Norton to Didick, and then he moved it ahead to the forwards. Into the zone they went, and this is the results of the play. Watch Flatley somehow get this shot released. He's going down, still snapped it, and Van Beesbrook was there with a catching hand. The Islanders are moving well through the neutral zone as this game moves into its final moments. Flatley, the puck may have gone wide, but so what? What a play that was.
At the Hartford Civic Center, the Hartford Whalers and the Boston Bruins all over. Hartford wins Game 3. Kevin Dineen scored the 5th goal. Verbeek had 2 in the game. Francis had 1. And Hartford leads the series 2-1. Shot by Norton, deflects in front. It's loose. And Van Beesbrook got a stick on it. It deflects again. Here's Didick. Wide of the net. Hooked down in front and missed by McDonough.
That was a McDonough win on the faceoff. He beat Janssens.
Maloney's got the puck, a minute and a half to go. He's knocked away by Rochefort. Muller with a lead off the stick of Eriksson. Played by Norton up the boards. Eriksson there to stop it and keep it in the Islanders zone. A minute 20 to go in regulation time. 3-3 to score. Lifted into the crowd. No. Bounced down off the glass. Hardy up the middle of Eriksson. Janssen brings it across. Janssen plays it down the boards and Flatley back for it. Islanders with 2 goals here in the 3rd period to tie the game. 1 minute to go in regulation time.
Sutter's line double shifted for the Islanders.
Rangers unable to clear the zone. Sutter working the boards against Millette. Hardy fanned on the clearing attempt. Nichols plays it across to Patrick. With room, he sends out Gartner. 45 seconds to go. 3-3 to score as Crossman takes the puck and is hit by Millette. Nyland works it up the board. It turns to Patrick. He shot it wide. Millette taken down. Brent Sutter has the puck. Over skate. 30 seconds to go. Into the Rangers zone. Patrick stops it. Bullock forechecking. Patrick moves out. Now Hardy trying to control the puck. He does with 20. Islanders changing. Hardy to Patrick. Patrick comes out with 15. Leads Gartner in. Gartner shoots wide. Behind the net it goes. Gartner got knocked down by Didick. 5 seconds to go in regulation time. All the way down. Van Beesbrook stops it. We're going to overtime.
The Islanders were in trouble. Big trouble. But they fought.
This is lifetime in the playoffs. You saw the records there. In 75, J.P. Parisi, the game winner. There were 2 playoff overtime games. In 79, Potvin and Nystrom got game winners. In 82, Trottier with a game winner. And in 84, the now famous Kenny Morrow game winner in Game 5.
Those 2 in 79 were pretty famous, too. Potvins and Nystrom, beautiful plays.
Here's Sutter shooting wide. Kissio, Ogrodnik, Mullen, Patrick, and Hardy for the Rangers. Islanders with Didick and Norton on defense. Sutter, Bullock, and now Lauer up front as Lauer replaces Flatley. Sudden death for the losers, sudden victory for the winner. Bullock goes for the puck. Around the net, it's blocked by Kissio. Kissio goes down. The puck is loose. Sutter goes back to the point, but out of the zone. Rangers trying to take a 3-0 lead in the series. The Islanders trying to get back in it with a win that would cut the Rangers lead to 2-1. Gartner, 2-line pass whistled against the Rangers.
Al Armour going with the matchups here. Started Sutter against the Kissio line. He then noticed the Rangers put Nichols' line on the ice, so he countered with McDonough along with Lauer and Maloney. Maloney playing opposite Mike Gartner for a large portion of this game.
A minute 11 seconds gone by in overtime. Let's take a look at how this game has evolved. Norton has a couple of assists. Brent Sutter another fine game, a goal and an assist. Kissio 2 assists. Bernie Nichols coming up with a power play goal. The Islanders 2 goals in a minute 22 seconds to tie the game. Rangers had 2 goals, 2 power play goals in the second period to take a 3-1 lead. The Rangers, Gartner and Eriksson now on.
Just going to say that. The Rangers playing Eriksson on the left side in place of Troy Millette.
McDonough, Maloney, and Lauer for the Islanders. Crossman, lead for McDonough. Now Maloney. Tipped away by Rochefort. McDonough gets to it. Blocked by Rochefort. Up in the air it goes. Knocked down by Rochefort and cleared out of the zone. Gartner gets to it. Coming down with Erickson. Gartner against Crossman. Gartner weaving his way in. Around the net he goes. Out in front, he slid it through the crease. Patrick has the puck. Side of the net, Erickson. Erickson stopped by McDonough. Erickson picked up by Gartner. His shot blocked by Crossman. Knocked down by Gartner. Waiting for somebody to play it. He knows he touched it with a stick above the shoulder. Islanders play it and finally get it out of the zone. Maloney is there. Lauer on his left. Pass off the skate of Patrick. Lauer gets to it. Lauer around the net. He shoots. Save Van Beesbrook.
Oh boy, if Lauer goes up, Van Beesbrook was down. The top half of the net was open.
Nichols picks up the puck. All the way across it goes. Ronstrand back for it. 2.5 minutes gone by in overtime. Jeff Norton slowed down, turns away from Darren Turcotte. Yari Ronstrand. Rangers slow changing, almost had too many men on the ice. Greshner had to jump back through the open door to get off the ice.
Moeller had a change of mind to do with the change.
Icing called on the Rangers.
I'll make that Hardy with the change of mind. Somebody had a change of mind, and Greshner was on the ice and back off quickly, nearly caught. Islanders rotating 5 defensemen to this point. Rangers rotating 4. Now Greshner's on, so that makes 5 they're playing. Here we see the Rangers. Now, well, you'll see Greshner on the ice. Whoop, get back. The old cat on the hot tin roof there. Very close.
He wasn't off the ice. Could they have been called for too many men?
If the puck was involved in the play. Now, see the top half of the net open? If Lauer goes up, Van Beesbrook was leaning away from the goalpost and down. If Lauer roofs that, the game's over.
2:51 gone by in overtime. Fitzgerald, Lauer, Kerr, Ronstrand, and Norton on the ice for the Islanders. Fitzgerald won the draw. Ronstrand toward the net, deflected wide. Muller's got it, out for Wilson. Wilson, King, and Turcotte on the ice for the Rangers. Wilson shoots. Stick saved by Healy.
Islanders not playing Finley or Baumgartner.
Chris King, saved by Healy. He gathers in the rebound.
There's a turnover along the boards as the puck was shot up. The Rangers gained control, and King didn't get a real good shot away. Yet it was on the corner, and the save was made. The linesman doing a good job jumping in here. No one wants to be foolish enough to take a penalty in overtime.
2 of the other 3 playoff games are completed.
Here's the shot by King. He had to reach for that puck. It didn't get a lot on it. It was a low shot. Turcotte moves in. But you can see Healy held on. Baumgartner and Finley not playing so far in overtime for the Rangers. The Rangers have changed their lines here. They now have Millette on the ice with Janssens and Nyland. I think to give them some balanced scoring, they had Erickson on the shift with Nichols and Gartner. So the Rangers making a line change for the first time in the series.
I think it was more to get Erickson on the line with Gartner and Nichols to allow a little more defensive balance on that line.
To allow the 2 men to provide more offense, Gartner and Nichols, and have Erickson as a safety valve. And now on the checking line, there has not been a lot of matchups in the game. Millette playing with Janssens and Nyland.
Janssens and Trottier will face off. 3 minutes and 8 seconds gone by in overtime.
Islanders with a very slow line change here to try and counter perhaps for the Rangers' change of personnel on their lines.
Janssens, the draw back to the point, kept in by Patrick, plays it into the corner. Diduck has the puck. Randy Wood back to Diduck. Gary Nyland drops it out of the zone to Derek King. He's knocked down from behind by Chris Nyland. Rochefort playing it for Nyland. Nyland collides with Derek King. Millette moves in with the puck. He shoots wide. Quick snapshot by Millette. Missed the far post. Patrick has it. Off the boards. Played back by Gary Nyland to Gerald Diduck. Diduck met by Millette. Plays it into the Rangers zone. Van Beesbrook leaves it for Patrick. Up the boards and out of the zone. All the way down. This will be an icing. Gary Nyland touches. 16:05 to go in the first overtime. 3-3 is the score. The other three playoff games, the Devils have won, getting only 10 shots on goal. They got goals by Danico and Shanahan. Cicerelli with his 6th of the series. Devils lead the series 2-1. Hartford, Pat Verbeek gets 2 goals, beating Boston 5-3. Whalers lead the series 2-1. Buffalo and Montreal are in overtime. Housley and Richer, the goal scorers there. Kufa and Waugh, the goalkeepers in that game.
And here you see only Gartner and Wilson of the current Rangers have scored in overtime. Gartner, of course, was with Washington, and Wilson with Calgary way back in 1984.
Sutter, Flatley, and Volek on with Grossman and Norton for the Islanders.
I thought Chris Nyland may have an overtime goal. He has more playoff experience than any other Ranger, playing in his 84th game. Draw is important now. Sutter opposite Kissio, the matchup Al Arbor wants.
Kissio, Grodnick, and Mullen.
And Roger Nielsen does not mind this matchup either.
Sutter control, getting it to Volek. Volek playing it around the boards. Van Beesbrook leaves it for Hardy. Around the glass to Mullen, unable to clear. Volek toward the net, blocked by Moeller. Kissio gets it out to Mullen. Gave it away. Norton sending it to Sutter. Lead for Volek. Just couldn't control it. Picks it up now. Moeller on him. Around for Flatley. He's checked by Hardy, and down he goes. Sutter with a back pass. Back to Norton. Across to Crossman. Looking toward the net. Goes into the corner to Volek. Volek centers. Broken up by Moeller. And here come the Rangers. Kissio. Mullen right on Grodnick left. Feet for Grodnick. He shoots wide. Way wide. Kept in by Patrick. He shoots and it's blocked by Sutter. Kissio gets to the puck. Kissio leaves it for Mullen. Mullen shoots. Saved by Healy. Oh, big save. And Mullen with a sharp angle shot. Right on net.
At the end of a shift, Brian Mullen with the angle shot. Kissio appealing, saying Volek should get a penalty. As Kissio, I think, was hacked from behind. Good save by Healy. Real good save, even though it was a bad angle. That puck was on edge when it was released by Brian Mullen. A tough pickup for the goaltender, but Healy read it well. Earlier, Grodnick had the wide angle shot on the 3-on-2, but Volek just tapped his arm as he went to shoot it, making the shot go wide.
Each team with 2 shots on goal in overtime. Glenn Healy has stopped 26 shots in the game. John Van Beesbrook has made 38 saves. The game tied 3-3. We're in overtime. 4 minutes, 44 seconds gone in overtime.
Crossman has just now gone to the Islander locker room, and if he has to go for an extended period of time, he will be greatly missed.
Nichols, Gartner, and Erickson. Patrick and Rochefort on for the Rangers. Nichols against Trottier for the face-off. Nichols wins it. Gartner back to Patrick. Turns and shoots. Deflect into the crease. It's still loose. Patrick gets to it. He's taken down. The shot is a save by Healy. Maloney's got it. Gartner got a shot off, and Healy stopped him. Trottier trying to clear. Gartner couldn't keep it in the zone. Gardner gets it to Nichols. Back for Erickson, who collides with Gronstrand. Erickson gets the puck and plays it in. Healy has come up with a couple of key saves. Clutch saves in overtime. Lauer gets it to Maloney. It bounces past him. Taken by Trottier. Toward the net. Gloved by Van Beesbrook. Leaves it for Rochefort. Out to Erickson. Taps it to Nichols. Makes his way in. Gartner plays it to the boards. Dinnick gets there to clear the zone. 14:25 to go in this first overtime. Norton lead for Wood. Wood against Greshner. Wood uses his speed. Poke checked away by Greshner. King fires. Picked up by Carey Wilson. Wilson slowed down by Dinnick. But here comes Turcotte. He shoots wide. Turcotte against Norton and Healy. Healy moving it. Moeller is there. Gets it to Turcotte. He shoots wide. Around the boards and out of the zone. Picked up by Hubie McDonough. Goes in against Hardy. McDonough looks to center. Broken up by Chris King. Here comes Carey Wilson with Grunstrand back. Wilson across the line. He shoots and it's blocked. Chris King goes for it. He's hit by Derek King. Derek King trying to clear. Kept in by Moeller. Long shot. Saved by Healy, and he's got it. The shot got through, and Healy stopped it.
Great action both ways. The Rangers getting the better scoring chances over the last 2 or 3 minutes. And Sam the save be made by Healy, but he also gathered in the rebound as Chris King was right there waiting for it. There's the save. Look at King's stick. He just misses because Healy was able to gather the puck in with his catching glove. Here's the goaltender's view of it. The shot from the point by Moeller through traffic, the save, and Healy with a presence of mind to gather in the rebound as King was driving and actually beat Gronstrand trying to get to the loose puck.
Well, Glenn Healy takes a breather. We'll take a breather and tell you about Knicks basketball tomorrow night. The Knicks and the Detroit Pistons in Madison Square Garden. Knicks game night at 7:30. The Knicks and the Pistons at 8 o'clock, followed by Sports Night with Dave Sims here on Madison Square Garden Network.
Shots 4-3 in favor of the Rangers in overtime.
Don't forget Game 4, Wednesday night on MSG 2 at 7:30. Here at the Nassau Coliseum. Janssens wins from Trottier. Patrick winds up and shoots, deflected. Here's a chance for Nyland. Save made by Healy.
Gary Nyland, I think, was hit with a puck, Sam. Trottier lost the draw to Mark Janssens. Trottier held on to Janssens' stick, not allowing him to get through. But the shot was taken from the point, and I think it was the puck that hit Nyland, knocking him down as the Rangers won the draw. Here's the shot. The puck goes right up, and yow. Oh, man. There's Nyland going down. The puck right near. And the crowd awful quiet here. Here's another angle of it. Nyland's over on the left, skating across in front. And boom, he got hit with a puck. Yow. And he dropped right down. And he has been cut. And he will be going for repairs. Mark Hardy limps off for the Rangers. He limped off the ice and down the aisleway, limping in what could be a reoccurrence of that bad ankle, pardon me. Nyland cut. He would like to stay, it looks like, as he goes to the bench. He has blood coming from the nose. And I suspect they will try. Now the trainer's saying into the locker room.
Al Arbor sent him into the locker room.
Yeah,
they'll go in there.
They'll try and pack it right away and try and get the flow of blood to stop. So each team loses a defenseman during this stoppage.
Doug Crossman has not returned as yet for the Islanders. Has he, John?
No, I don't. I think you're right. I thought I saw him on the bench, but I'm wrong. That's Finley sitting there. So the Islanders, who dressed 7, are down to 5, and Finley and Baumgartner haven't played. So that means they're down to 3, unless the staff for the Islanders want to play one of the two.
Did not look like a good sign seeing Mark Hardy limp off, as Hardy, as you know, just coming back from the ankle injury which he suffered in Hartford early in March.
So the Rangers now down to 4 defensemen because they haven't played rough in overtime. And for the Islanders, Finley gets his first shift of overtime because the Islanders have lost 2 men to injury on the blue line.
Janssens, Millette, and Nyland, Patrick, and Rochefort. Janssens wins the draw. Patrick in a shooting position. Deflected wide of the net, and Lauer takes it. Chris Nyland battling Gerald Diddick in front. Kerr stopped in center by Rochefort, and Patrick takes the puck.
Janssens has beaten Trottier on 2 draws here in overtime in the Islanders zone.
Van Beesbrook steers it to Rochefort. Rochefort looks up ice. Fires it off the boards. Diddick has it to Trottier. Lead for Lauer. Lauer against Patrick. Patrick stays with him. Lauer carries it behind the net. Comes loose. Patrick on his knees, plays it up off the glass, kept in by Diddick, who shoots, deflected by Rochefort. Lauer in the corner, all the way through to Norton. He shoots it, it's blocked by a sliding Janssens. Millette has the puck, and he clears the zone. Now it's Norton. 12:35 to go. We're in the first overtime. There is no scoring in the overtime. 3-3 is the score. Millette with a hit on Kerr. Trottier trying to play it toward the net. It was stopped by Van Beesbrook. Rochefort has it. Hit by Bullock. Flatley takes it away. Flatley moves in. Centers in front. Over the top by Brent Sutter. Gronstrand has it. He shoots it, knocked down. Flatley tied up by Kissio on the play. Flatley trying to get loose. Rochefort looking to dig it free. Kissio taken down, tripped up by Flatley. He's on top of the puck. That play stopped.
It's the same matchup. Sutter's line against Kissio's line, and Bullock with the big body check along the boards created the turnover, and Sutter, this is just after the turnover, the puck is passed in front, and Sutter had to reach for it on his backhand and couldn't get control of it. It went over top of Van Beesbrook and the goal. That whole scoring chance was set up with a big hit by Bullock to create the turnover along the boards. And the Islanders come very close. Very close. Good effort by the Sutter line in the offensive zone.
7:58 gone by in overtime. Brent Sutter. Now here's that check. We were going to show you that check. We take it back.
Now here's the play. Rochefort trying to move it out. There's the check. See how Bullock took his man? That allowed the Islanders to gain control through a turnover and get the scoring chance.
Sutter against Kissio. Shot taken, and Van Beesbroek stops it side of the net. Moeller bangs it off the boards and out of the zone. And it caroms on goal to Glenn Healy. Leaves it for Jeff Norton with Mullen forcing Norton. He moves out. Goes across to Gronstrand. Rangers with Kissio, Grodnick, and Mullen on the ice. Pass intended for Bullock, sent the other way by Moeller. Norton and Gronstrand. Gronstrand gets it around. Stopped by Kissio. He's knocked down by Bullock. Here's Brent Sutter out. Sutter brings it across the line. Hook checked away momentarily. The shot went wide, taken by Flatley. Moeller blocked by Bullock. Bullock all over the ice, but a whistle stops play. I believe it may have been a delayed offside on the Islanders.
And back comes Doug Crossman from the Islander locker room. And he looks to be ready to go. He's taking a little extra skate here to try and check out either one of his legs or the skates. I'm not sure which. If it was a... Now Troy Millette heads off. But during the last stoppage, Sam, Troy Millette was having problems with something in the corner. He's now gone to the Rangers locker room. It's tough enough to keep up with the players going off here.
Millette's going off with the equipment trainer, Tim Paris. So that looks like an equipment problem. Mark Hardy is done for the game. He will not return. Patrick.
Gary Nyland, too, I understand, is returned.
Yes, he's back on the bench. Steele. Gartner shot hit Healy high as he makes the save. Grodnick with a hit on Randy Wood. Finley trying to move the puck. It was Erickson with the hit, on Wood. Gartner trying to dig it free. And Gregson blows the whistle, stops play.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Gartner, a real good shot. And it wasn't so much a reflex save by Healy, but it was a save by position. Healy moved out and took the shot right off his right shoulder. A high rising blast. And because Healy had the angle played nicely, he was able to make the save with his right shoulder. What a rocket this is. And it looks like it ricocheted up off the stick of the defenseman. Healy has been brilliant in overtime.
Nichols, Gartner and Erickson, Rochefort and Patrick. 9:02 gone by in overtime. Didick takes down Erickson, who pushed the puck to Gartner. He turns and he shoots, saved by Healy. Erickson after it. Didick moves it around. Past Nichols. Derek King comes out. Gave it away. Gartner lifts it high back into the Islanders zone. Gary Nyland there to play it. Up the boards to Randy Wood. Wood looks out. Trottier into the Ranger zone. Rochefort and Derek King go for it. Puck is still loose. King poking at it. Rochefort tries to find it and gets help from James Patrick. Patrick soft pass to Gartner. Winds up. Moves on Gary Nyland. Wrist shot deflected by Nyland. Around the boards. Wood taken out by Nichols, but Trottier brings out the puck. Trottier across the line. Stopped by Greshner. Moeller tries to clear the zone. Kept in by Trottier. Randy Wood. Knocked away momentarily by Moeller, and Gartner picks up the puck. Midway point of this overtime period. 10 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. Picked up by Nichols. He shoots, saved by Healy. Wilson around the net. Wilson comes out of the corner. Back pass to Greshner. Lays it down the boards for Chris King. Blocked by McDonough. Comes out in front. It's missed by Wilson. The pass given away to Maloney and cleared out by Lauer.
Shots now 7-3 Rangers in overtime.
Around the boards it goes. Gronstrand against Turcotte. Taken away by Lauer. Lauer moves down with Maloney and McDonough. It's behind McDonough, and the offside is whistled against the Islanders. 9:22 to go in this first overtime period. 3-3 is the score. This is game 3, with the Rangers leading the series 2-0.
Tim Paris now returning, as is Troy Millette from the Rangers locker room. So the team's starting to get all their players back. Here's another low shot as it bounces in towards Glenn Healy. Again, he has good position. That was a rolling puck. when it was released by Nichols, and Nichols did his best to keep it low. 7-3, the Rangers have outshot the Islanders in overtime, and the Islanders now with slow, deliberate line changes here.
MSG Sports Desk, normally seen at 11 o'clock. Of course, will not be seen, but we will have the complete MSG Sports Desk following the conclusion of tonight's game. James Patrick drives it into the corner. Chris Nyland is there. Around the boards, kept in by Patrick. Gary Nyland goes to play, and he's hit by Chris Nyland. Doug Crossman picks it up. Millette comes over to hit him, but the Islanders get out of the zone. Pass across. Randy Wood had to pull up. Fitzgerald is trapped in the Ranger zone. A little over 11 minutes gone by in overtime. Chris Nyland lost it to Randy Wood. Wood went flying into the boards, and an offside is whistled on the Islanders. Should this period end with the game still tied, we will have the MSG Sports Desk at that time. Lisa Burkhardt standing by at the MSG Sports Desk for a complete update. At the Forum in Montreal, the Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Buffalo Sabres 2-1.
Brian Skrudland with the overtime goal, a jam up right in front of Darren Pupa, and Montreal take the lead in the series. A jam up, he went flying in, the loose puck was there, and he jammed it past Pupa.
Patrick Wild win it. 2-1, Montreal leads that series. Hartford is leading Boston 2-1, and New Jersey is leading Washington 2-1.
Lindy Ruff on the ice for his first shift as the Rangers have been rotating 4 defensemen. Mark Hardy out with an injury, and Lindy Ruff now on the ice to try and spell one of the 4 defensemen to try and get them rested as this overtime moves along.
This is now the longest overtime played in playoff history between these two teams. This is the 6th overtime game. This is the longest any of those games have gone.
I mean, I wasn't in one of those 3 overtime ones or something?
No, you wanted to get out of there quick.
And I did. Once by Potvin and once by Nystrom.
Lindy Ruff on the ice now with Randy Moeller. 8:25 to go in this first overtime. Brent Sutter gets the pass, goes to Volek. Rangers have Kissio, Ogrodnik, and Mullen on. Lead for Flatley, goes into the corner. Ruff bangs it off the boards. And it's taken out by Mullen. No, knocked away by Diddick. Sutter goes for it. Flatley looking for Sutter. Sutter around the net for Volek. Save Van Beesbrook. He's got it.
Sutter with the play. I mean, we've mentioned it 1,000 times, but I'm going to mention it again. The Sutter line loves to work the offensive zone deep and along the boards. There's Flatley. Going into the puck now. Sutter will cut in behind the goal. There they are working the boards. Look who's in front. Volek with a backhand shot, and Van Beesbrook with a fine save. The puck will hit Van Beesbrook and then roll into his catching glove. A nice pass out front, and then a backhand shot by Volek. He didn't get as much on it if it would have been a forehand shot, but he did get the shot on Van Beesbrook, and we've had a great overtime here. A tension-filled goaltending special of an overtime.
Rangers have outshot the Islanders 8-4 here in overtime. We played 11 minutes, 55 seconds of overtime. Trottier on the faceoff against Nichols. Rangers have it. Patrick checked by Trottier. Nichols gets the pass. Nichols, Gartner, and Erickson on for the Rangers with Patrick and Rochefort. Here's Norman Rochefort moving. Shooting. Save by Healy. Good shot by Rochefort. Trottier able to move it around. Gary Nyland comes out. Lead for Randy Wood. Tipped by Rochefort coming back. Wood winds up. Saved by Van Beesbrook. He's got it. Bounced off his chest into his pad.
That was an interesting play by Wood and the proper play. The shot got up a little high, but he knew he had Derek King driving to the net. If he just directed the puck in that area, perhaps King could redirect the puck or get himself a rebound. Here's a good play by the Islanders coming out of their zone. Now Wood is way up ice, but the puck is deflected to him here. He'll gain the blue line, and look, King is going to the net. There he is. He can't quite deflect the puck, and then he's taken out of the play as Van Beesbrook hangs on.
you think about this game, you think about that. The first game, this has been some really good playoff hockey.
It's been a great game. The first game we had the mess at the end. The second game we had too many stick fouls. This particular game, it's been hard-nosed, mean hockey, and a great game.
Islanders 44 shots on goal. Rangers 36. 7:38 to go in this first overtime period. Randy Moeller checked by Maloney. Wilson comes back. Up the boards, kept in by Norton. It's blocked. Taken out by Darren Turcotte. Wilson on his right, King on his left. King plays it into the corner. Wilson and Norton go for the puck. Lauer. Missed connection with Diduck. Diduck goes back for it, chops at it. It's cleared out by McDonough. Greshner stops it, plays it back into the Islander zone. Rolls to Healy, and he leaves it for Jeff Norton. UB McDonough starts the move. McDonough scored the game-tying goal. Norton back for McDonough. Moeller and McDonough go for the puck. McDonough keeps it alive. Maloney looking for it. It's loose. McDonough being held by Moeller, but Gregson lets them play. Rangers got away with one there. That could have been a holding penalty. Lauer's got the puck, goes back to the point. Deflected behind the net. Moeller is there. Plays it up the boards. It caroms to Turcotte, and he brings it out with King wide left. They crisscross. Turcotte moves in. Turcotte turns toward the net. Blocked in front. Good play by Norton. Maloney gave it away. Turcotte couldn't control it. Lauer gets tripped up on the play. Fans roaring, want a penalty. Nothing called as Patrick brings it across. He shoots. Saved by Healy. He had Healy moving to the left. He went back the other side. Kerr hit Erickson from behind. McDonough comes out with the puck. Here's Norton coming through. Leaves it for Maloney. Maloney playing it behind the net for Norton. He's tied up by Rochefort. Along the boards. Rangers move it out. Erickson to Gartner. 5:55 to go in overtime. His shot deflected into the corner. Hooked into the corner by Healy. Wood moves it up the boards, but Nichols stops it. Plays it toward the net. Deflection wide by Gartner. Gartner checked by Norton. Erickson goes over. Erickson centers it. It's blocked by Fitzgerald. Able to get it to Alan Kerr, and across for Randy Wood. But Moeller breaks up the play and clears the zone. 5.5 minutes to go in this overtime period. Fitzgerald knocked down by Nichols. Wood plays it into the Rangers zone. Van Beesbrook stops it for Lindy Ruff. Alan Kerr forechecking. Off the glass, knocked down by Fitzgerald, picked up by Bernie Nichols. Nichols with Mullen and Moeller. Nichols moves in, offside. O'Grodnik left the line on the bar on the near boards. 5:13 to go.
Well, the Rangers had the defenseman Moeller moving in, the fourth man on the rush, and it looked like he was going to get himself a real good shot. But the Rangers have put themselves offside. Right now, Gary Nyland carrying the water bottle from Healy's goal to get some more water as Healy drinking lots of water. Watch Gartner in front. Almost. He deflected it, but it went wide. Healy was there waiting. So a little delay here as the water bottle has been replaced. Glenn Healy gets a chance to replenish himself with some fluids. Face-offs. The one man that the Rangers have beaten a lot in this game on the draws is not this man, but Trottier.
Rangers with 10 shots on goal here in the third period. Islanders 5. 3-3 is the score. It was 1-1 end of the first, 3-1 Rangers end of the second. Islanders rallied with 2 goals in a span of 1:22 in the third. Healy steers it around. O'Grodnik is there, tied up by Crossman. Puck is still alive. Mullen moves in, pokes it free to Kissio. He's tied up with Brent Sutter. Crossman trying to work it free. O'Grodnik trying to dig it free, but it's Brent Sutter who breaks loose with the puck. Sutter with Flatley on his right. Sutter dropped to Flatley. Pass deflects on goal. Van Beesbrook gloves it and holds it.
Flatley tried to hit Bullock with a pass, but it ricocheted off of a Ranger. And Van Beesbrook, too, was thinking the pass was going to Bullock, so he had to react sharply to control the puck. Face-off back in the Rangers zone. Roger Nielsen now changing lines quickly here. There's Flatley with an attempted pass, but it goes off the heel of the left skate of Moeller, and it takes a little bounce, and Van Beesbrook had to be alert to hang on. The Rangers
38 to go in overtime, the first overtime period.
Pardon me, Sam. The Rangers take Kissio's line off, so Al Arbor takes Sutter's line off. It's a Trottier matchup now with Mark Jansen's.
Trottier, King, and Wood. As you looked at Derek King, Grandstrand and Norton, Janssens, Millette and Nyland for the Rangers with Patrick and Rochefort. Janssens wins the faceoff. Millette gets a little help from James Patrick. Lifts it out of the zone. It deflects into the Islander bench. And the faceoff will be back in the Rangers zone. 4:29 to go in overtime. The Rangers have lost Mark Hardy. He limped off late in the third period. No word on the extent of the injury to Mark Hardy, but may have been a recurrence of the ankle injury, which saw him miss over a month as he was injured early in March in Hartford, just returning tonight. And to this point, to the point he left, he had played very well. Trottier against Janssens for the faceoff. Loose in the circle. Patrick off the boards and out. Taken by Millette. Brings it across the line. And Trottier has it back. Millette chasing him. Norton blocked momentarily by Janssens. Cleared out by Derek King to Randy Wood. Rochefort is there. Wood goes in. Pulls back. Wood takes it across the line. Goes in against Patrick. Overcomes Millette. They double team him, and Rochefort sends the puck around the glass. Blocked by Grandstrand. He turns, plays it down the boards. Wood behind the net, tied up with Patrick. Trottier looking to center. He does. It's blocked by Van Beesbrook, and he holds it.
Damn, I think the only player that hasn't played in the overtime is Baumgartner.
Don't forget, complete sports wrap-up with Lisa Burkhardt at the MSG Sports Desk. It's coming up either at the conclusion of this game, or if the game remains tied at the end of this period, we'll send you to the MSG Sports Desk. All the scores, baseball, basketball, and of course, highlights from the other playoff games in the NHL.
See all the Rangers standing there? Now the Islanders come into your view. Al Arbour is the home team coach. He can wait till the Rangers make their change, and then he decides who he wants on the ice. The coaches do a good job in that respect, especially these two, Arbour and Nielsen. So Arbour really getting the matchups he wants.
Rangers have done well on the face-offs, but they were unable to clear. Crossman kept it in. Maloney checked by Moeller. Puck is loose. Moeller kicks it to Greshner. Greshner gives it up the board to Chris King. And now it's Carey Wilson. Wilson across. Wilson leaves it for Turcotte, but it's poked away by Lauer.
Drop passes are dangerous, especially in overtime, because you don't want to trap your team unless you're 100% sure they're a tough play.
Hubie McDonough moving across. Now Maloney turns for a wrist shot. Save Van Beesbrook. Maloney tried to center it through, and Wilson takes it. Three-man rush out of the zone. Off the stick of Turcotte. Gary Nyland back to try and break it up. Knocked down by Wilson. Good play. Good effort by Carey Wilson. He's double-teamed. Nyland able to clear the zone. 3 minutes to go in this first overtime period. 3-3 is the score as Chris King sends it in. Healy plays it back into the corner for Crossman. He's slowed down by Nichols. Lauer takes the puck out. Lauer checked by Erickson. Van Beesbrook goes into the corner to play it. He misplayed it. Tries to play it back up the boards. It does to Erickson. Out for Nichols. Nichols is hit. Went sent flying by Didick. Gartner with a shot that's blocked by Norton. Gartner still with the puck. Erickson being tied up by Brent Sutter. Didick moving the puck up the boards, and out comes Flatley. 3-on-2 Islanders. Sutter across the line feeds Bullock. Bullock looking. Back for Sutter, who's blocked by Patrick. Sutter has the puck. Knocked away by Patrick.
And there was a 3-on-2, but Jan Eriksson got back to help break it up.
2:10 to go in the first overtime period. Gartner against Didick. Now it's Moeller keeping it in. Shot by Nichols wide. All the way around the boards. Out comes Trottier with Bullock. Trottier to Bullock. Cross the line against Lindy Ruff. He leaves it for Flatley. Flatley moves in. He was tied up by Mullen from behind. Nichols checks him into the boards. Trottier's got the puck. He centers. Van Beesbrook knocks it away to Mullen. Rangers come out off the stick of Erickson.
Bernie Nichols was hammered by Didick. Bernie Nichols got up, and he hammered Didick back, and then he threw another body check on Flatley in the corner. He's a competitor, isn't he?
Norton sending it down. Ruff blocks it. Wood brings it across the line. Wood slowed down by Mullen, who takes the puck away. Mullen sends out Kissio. Tries to avoid Crossman, who takes it away nicely. Wood has it back him into 25 to go in this first overtime. Out to Kissio. Kissio starts to move against McDonough. Mullen picks up the puck. Moves across. Mullen slides it toward the net. Stopped by Healy. Back into the corner. Derek King is there. King moves away from Kissio. 1:10 to go in this first overtime period. Derek King goes in. Tries to beat Patrick. Can't do it. O'Gronick back to take the puck. Off the board. Blocked by Randy Wood. He shoots. Save Van Beesbrook. Patrick
Checks Derek King along the boards. Kissio hooks it free to O'Grodnik. Out for Brian Mullen. 50 seconds to go in this first overtime period. Mullen across the line. Mullen for O'Grodnik. He shoots. It's blocked. He shoots again. It's blocked again. Both times by Jeff Norton. 40 seconds to go. Here's Bullock. Now Wood plays it into the Ranger zone. Van Beesbrook stops the puck. Sends it around the glass. Blocked by Diduck. Knocked down in front. Out comes Rochefort to Chris Nyland. 25 seconds to go. Nyland moves in. Trying to ward off the check. It's hooked away by Norton. Norton hit hard into the boards by Troy Millette. And Norton is down. Flatly across the line. Dropped to Sutter. Sutter looks. His shot blocked by Grester. 10 seconds to go. Norton still down on the ice.
And the Islanders had the puck. That's why they didn't blow the whistle. Diduck better watch himself here.
He wants to go at Troy Millette.
That's right. Millette pasted Norton into the boards.
Norton has not moved.
That's right, since they hit. But the Islanders had the puck, moving up ice on an offensive rush. The referee and the linesman did the right thing by not blowing the whistle.
Oh, boy. Norton looks like he's out. They're trying to get in and get the tongue.
Here comes the other trainer now, David Smith, and the doctor now races on to try and help Norton to clear his breathing passage.
Oh, my goodness. They're calling for something. I don't know if it's a stretcher or oxygen, just what it is. Now here is Millette with the hit from behind that slammed Norton into the boards face first, and he was knocked out cold.
Norton was very prone. I'd like to see that again.
The stretcher being called out. Gary Nyland with some words. Millette with the hit from behind, John.
Yes, absolutely. That's a body check that the league is trying to stay away from. Now, Gregson did not see it, or if he did see it, he was not going to call anything. His arm did not go up. The linesman may call something here, and obviously Gregson is, Sam. And Millette could get a major for checking from behind into the boards. Norton was in a prone position, but he was pasted face first, and that could call and should call for a major penalty. And you see the Rangers' reaction, you know that there will be. That is a play, that is a dangerous play. It's very similar to a lesser degree as to what happened in the first period when Gartner hit Nyland from behind into the boards.
And the Rangers, you see, are upset with what is about to be called. Now here's Norton with the puck.
Well, watch Millette. He just pasted him from behind. Now, he was gliding into him, but he pasted him from behind. He was in a prone position, and that's something we're trying to keep out of the league, and it should be called.
8 seconds remaining in this first overtime, and now, more importantly, is the well-being of Jeff Norton.
Absolutely. The second time Norton has been hit and injured during this game. He was caught by Chris King earlier.
Brent Sutter moving in to see what's going on. You see the discussion continuing. Troy Millette gets a 5-minute major.
And it should be.
5-minute major.
Sam, it should be. It's a dangerous play. Millette was skating, and he did glide the last 10 feet, but he saw the man, and the man was in a prone position, and he got pasted face first. He's hooked by Nyland, and he loses the puck, and he's prone. Wow. Millette led with his arms out. Oh, boy.
And Jeff Norton is knocked out on the hit from behind by Troy Millette. Now, obviously, the Islanders upset with the hit and seeing an injured player, but you know in overtime, it's not an intent to injure on the part of Troy
I believe
Millette.
that was called by the linesman. There's 8 seconds remaining, by the way. That's all there's remaining in overtime. So obviously it will be a second overtime period. Kissio and Roger Nielsen and the Rangers still appealing. Now Norton was in a prone position. It looked like there was a stick blade, probably Nyland's, caught up in his jersey sticking out, and Norton was facing the boards. Millette came right in, rode the body into the boards at a very high speed, and they're still attending to Norton on the ice.
and pray that he's okay. Absolutely say a nice word for the young defenseman Norton. Now, let's take a look again and see how many strides Millette takes. Now, Norton will move into the corner and get the puck. Chris Nyland will hook him from behind. There is Millette. The puck is there. Oh boy, Sam, it's a hit from behind, but it's a serious hit where the guy is injured, but it's not a malicious hit.
Oh, I don't think it was intended to. I think what happened is you had a circumstance where Norton was turned.
He was twisted from the hook by Nyland and twisted and facing the boards.
But
and man, was he was in such prone position.
You have to wonder whether Millette had enough time to avoid that hit. And I think he may have been able to jump out of the way.
I'm sure he wanted to nail him into the boards, but I'm sure he didn't want to hurt him like this. And it is a hit from behind. That is a hit that all of hockey is watching closely now because of spinal injuries that happen. Face first into the boards. There's a dasher. You see the glass join the boards. There's a dasher that sticks out about 4.5 inches. And when the body goes in there from behind, the body gets twisted and contorted. And Norton, oh man, let's all hope he's okay.
And Gartner looking on. Second time in this series we've seen an Islander player taken off on a stretcher. Pat LaFontaine was taken off in game 1 late in the third period, and here with 8 seconds remaining in the first overtime period, Jeff Norton is lifted onto his stretchers. The Rangers look on, some of them looking on, some of them awaiting the final seconds of this period. Fans roaring as Ken Baumgartner skated from the bench to Glenn Healy.
Once again, only 8 seconds remaining towards the end of this first overtime.
You can see that Norton has been immobilized.
Oh man, just again, it was a great overtime, great goaltending, great play by both teams, and then a hit on Norton face first into the boards, and obviously injured. And he has been put in a neck brace, Sam, to immobilize his spine and the top of his spine, the neck. The doctors and all the staff helping him off, and they will take him directly to the hospital. A nice round of applause for a great player and a large portion of the Islanders' future right there.
Can only wish,
yes,
as we did when LaFontaine was injured, that this is something not serious, and that most of this that you're seeing is being done for precautionary reasons. We can only hope. You see John Van Beesbroek come over?
All right, Jeffy, we got him, buddy. Don't worry.
Moving his fingers, I see. Looked like the eyes were open. And once again, let's all just... It's a game, and it's a game of intensity amongst players that love the game. And I can speak for a lot of players. We hate to see injuries, especially serious injuries, and I don't care what color the jersey is. That's all. Just say a little prayer for him.
8 seconds left in the first overtime. The score is 3-3. The Islanders now have a 5-minute major power play advantage. They have scored 2 goals on the power play in the game. So if nothing happens in the final 8 seconds, we'll have the break between periods and go into a second overtime, and the Islanders will be on the power play in the overtime. And now the discussion continuing. The Islanders talk things over. Right now they have a big opportunity, John, to get back, have a power play chance. And if they don't do anything in the final 8 seconds here, they'll have a lot of time to try and get the winner in the second overtime period. For the Rangers, they'll have to do their best penalty killing of the year, John.
Yeah, you're right, Sam. They certainly do. And being up here in this position, it's been such a good game once again. This certainly, with the injury to Jeff Norton, and it looks like something that could be a serious injury, it takes away from a lot of the game. To me, it leaves you with a very tough feeling. a tough feeling, and it's affected everybody in the whole building. You can sense it.
It's taken something away.
The entertainment value disappears to an extent for what was a great game, and it may continue to be a great game, but again, just hope he'll be okay.
Power play. Kissio pushing it toward the red line. Diddick drives it in. Van Beesbrook plays it. Driven around by Rochefort, and the first overtime period has come to an end. The score remains 3-3.
The Rangers have used their timeout for this game, so the Islanders can turn it on here. They start their best line. Millette, a boarding major, a 5-minute major, plus that calls for a game misconduct. I think the referee, by the way, I was told, and I didn't see it, looked up at the giant replay screen here as it was being shown, and that's when they decided to make the call. That's what I was told. I don't know if it's accurate, but I was told that.
Erickson, Janssens, Rochefort, and Patrick for the Rangers. Islanders with Sutter, Flatley, Wallach, Crossman, and Gary Nyland. The puck deflected over the boards into the crowd, and the faceoff will be outside the zone. This is the second overtime. The Rangers and the Islanders. The Islanders breathing life with their comeback with 2 goals.
Penalties have killed the Rangers in the last half of this game. They had this game with 7 minutes left, just over 7 minutes in hand, and the penalties by the Rangers have had a direct effect on their play.
Here comes Sutter. Patrick is there. Patrick falls down but clears the puck. Crossman for Sutter. Wallach. Now it's Sutter to Flatley. Sutter back to Crossman. Looking across. This is Crossman to Gary Nyland. He shoots and it's blocked by Mullen. Mullen and Kissio are on now with Patrick and Rochefort. Bullock tipped by Kissio. Bullock has it back. Feed to Brent Sutter. Now it's Bullock. Flatley set up down low. Here comes Bullock. Pass across to Finley. They score!
The season. Francis now has 91 assists, leads the NHL, has that 1 assist tonight, and Kenny Wright gets 36 saves on 37 Tampa Bay shots. It's our head and shoulder storyline. Granton and Francis on a face-off in the Penguin zone. Tamer comes around the boards with it to Nedved. Cross ice to Yager. Yager in the slot, takes the shot, and Kupa had to be ready, and he was. Icing will be whistled if Wilkinson gets there first, and he does. Wilkinson paid the price.
Yeah, he did. He had to, well, he lost his footing, first of all, but he had to take a swipe at that before Brian Bellows. Bellows has had an excellent hockey game so far. You know, in 13 of the last 20 games, the Pittsburgh Penguins have allowed 4 or more goals. They would be pleased with this effort tonight at only giving up 1 goal to the Tampa Bay Lightning, but they have given up 37 shots. Come playoff time, you see obviously there's a lot of the emphasis on goaltending. Ken Reagan has been sharp in this hockey game. 37-28 of the shots on goal.
Granton and Francis face off to the left of Pupa. Hold everything. Bellows got to get back in place.
Watch out for Yager here.
Comes out to Tamer at the left point. Ends up behind the goal. Hammerlick beating Yager to it. At center. Weaver has those legs churning, but Tamer does a nice job cutting him off. 4-man, 5-man scrum for possession. Comes out to Nedved. He can't control it. Petit's shot is hit at the point, and here is Yager at center. Jaromir Jagr. Peter Nedved takes the shot, hit traffic in front. I believe it may have hit his teammate Francis. Francis in the corner.
Bellows lost his stick.
Ryan Bellows' stick is at the top of the face-off circle. Veranov's got to watch he doesn't hit the stick with a shot. Nedved right in front, but on the stick of Roman Hammerlin.
Veranog looked like he wanted to shoot the puck. Then he looks up, he sees Jagr, Francis, and Nedved. And he's thinking, I better move the puck down low, see if they can get some pressure down there.
A loose piece of lumber behind the Pittsburgh goal. Wait for a stoppage to clean this up. Here comes Brian Brandley. Brandley over the blue line with a shot, and it hits Daniel. Never got in on Reagan. Now Mikhail Anderson in the corner. There's that loose stick behind the Pittsburgh goal. Patrick Kulak got to watch out for it. Lemieux.
Oh, Lemieux tripped him up.
Sure did. He got away with
lucky. You bet he was.
Cynics would say Mario Lemieux doesn't get that penalty. Others do. Ulanov behind his own net. 4 minutes to go in the hockey game. Francois Leroux right into the Tampa Bay players bench. Heads up there. 3:50 to go in regulation time. It's the Penguins by the slimmest of margins.
Sound the alarm and the brick set spikes the bomb. Blowing up the spot like I was nitroglyph. KRS-One comes with strike 2 and Shan is through. Second strike, Shan sees triple sprites within his eyesight. And strike 3, lyrical verse dispersed to obey your thirst.
To earn this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
McDonald's invites you to play the Disney Video Master.
Like 9 years old or something. Do they have like 9-year-old girls who come and wear those outfits and serve the food? Don't you think that'd be a great idea?
Well, you know, we do have
like they bring the children's menu, like Mary Kate and
you have a children's waitress.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if they came like in a little thong?
McDonald's food. Disney videos. Come play today. It's good.
They've inspired a magazine.
We have a calendar. We have all kinds of merchandise.
Right. I got to get over there.
For you from East Meadows, signed by all the girls.
Thank you. Oh, well, thank you.
And I also have a T-shirt from the store I work at in South Jersey.
Thank you. That's for
so
the
we have
Hooters.
different stores represented.
Oh, yes, Robin. This is Hooters from all over the country.
I thought maybe you all worked at the same place.
If you look at their shirts closely, Howard, it says on the bottom where they're from. Some girls are from Franklin Mills, and some girls are from...
Oh, I wasn't looking at that part.
You know, they're Hooters.
Very important. Girls, you got to talk into a microphone. I can't hear you. Forgot.
My twin sister was supposed to be here today, but she couldn't make it. She had to work.
You know.
Come to Franklin Mills and get some twins. Yeah.
Is that right? Wow, look at that. Use us to talk into that microphone. We'll not do it.
We sit down together and we serve together.
All right, very good, girls. So you guys are waitresses there, but we should also make the point that Hooters has great food.
Right.
And chicken wings and...
Watch this stick work, slashes, and then, see that? Slash the shaft of the stick before Petit could get the puck, and clearly...
Like sit down at the table and rap to a guy?
You have to sit down.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
whoa. Wait, let me get this right.
If you don't sit down at the table, you're not doing your job correctly.
Is that right?
Right.
Wow. All right, so pretend, you got to talk at the microphone. So pretend that I'm at the restaurant. And I'm sitting there. You sit down at the table.
Sit down, take your order. We'll sit down, come talk to you while they're cooking your order.
I can't rub your legs or anything, can I?
Well, you're not supposed to.
Do you have lesbians there for the wives?
No.
Because I got to, I know.
Wait, I don't know. I can't answer
Although
for
Hooters
everybody
is
else.
a equal opportunity employer.
That's right. Let's make that point very clear. Absolutely.
So lesbians can apply.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So you guys dig that whole scene, right? I mean, you make the women.
You have no idea where the heck that puck's going when a guy's on his rear end sweeping the puck with the shaft of his stick. Brian Bellows, the lone goal scorer for Tampa Bay.
Gratton and Smolinski do it again. Gratton wins it to Weimer again. Weimer and Daniel tie each other up. Weimer gets away momentarily. Daniel has him wrapped up like a Christmas present, but Lemieux will skate it up the center. He's with Miller and Smolinski.